We're back.
We're back. Good to be back.
We're back.
I'm not even going to get in my spiel with the whole technical difficulty. You guys get the message, okay? You get the point. This is not going the way we want it to. But we're back.
We'll learn, and tomorrow we'll be on top of it.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I don't want to jinx it, but, we should have some experience tomorrow.
So we're at pick 7 right now. This is part 2. Thank you so much, guys that, followed us. Those that we lost, we'll miss you. But anyway, we missed out on Jalen Waddle and Jamar Chase. And what I'll say to that is I think picking a primetime receiver is a good thing, but not, passing on a guy that I feel is generational like Penei Sewell is another.
There he goes. He goes to Detroit.
And he's going to Detroit.
So Jared Goff is going to get a nice little left tackle for him.
Jared Goff has a nice little offensive line.
He does,
there,
yeah.
So.
Look at them supporting their quarterback. Who would have thunk it, huh?
I know, right? It's almost like they learned from Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
Sewell in Detroit. That's interesting. I don't know why it's interesting.
Not where I think you and I had him going.
Not where I really had him going. But what's interesting is up next is Carolina, and I think that they go Rashawn Slater.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Well, okay, so let's go back a step. So Jamar Chase goes to the Bengals.
Yep.
And I don't love it because this guy, I think, who just got picked now, was a bigger need. And let's put it this way. Jared Goff, that was the worst injury he's had in his NFL career last year with the broken thumb.
Right.
Okay, Joe Burrow's already torn his ACL.
I know. It doesn't make sense, man.
They don't go out and get him a weapon. That's all on him. He has to own that pick because he pushed them to get Chase. From
do
everything
we know
that
that, though?
That.
I mean, that's just the rumors.
But I think, it's they're going to have to go offensive tackle 100% in round 2.
Yeah, for
then Miami goes out. They get my number 1 receiver in the draft, Jalen Waddle out of Alabama, a guy that I think could end up being like Odell Beckham Jr. When he came in, to the league and broke onto the scene, he's that explosive in space. When you get him the ball, he can make all sorts of things happen in the open field. So you pair that with, having a guy like DeVonta Parker, a guy they got in the first round, like his deep ball threat ability. In fact, he can go up, big body receiver. They also have Preston Williams coming off an ACL tear. But they did, everyone forgets this, they did sign Will Fuller, who can stretch the field. So they have multiple pieces there for Tua Tagovailoa, and they're getting him a guy that he's already thrown to. It's a little weird because one thing I'll say is that my guy Jalen Waddle did actually get asked who he preferred more, Tua or Mac Jones, and he said Mac Jones.
Well, he worked with him most recently, and they had a good, last season together. So.
Oh, I totally understood it, and his reason was great, right? Like it's a tough question.
It's like asking who your favorite kid is. It's like, oh, geez.
Yeah, it's like, we all know you have an answer, but.
Well, what's interesting is, do you think that maybe Miami trades up to get DeVonta?
I hope not.
I don't think they need him.
They really
Preston
don't
Williams.
need him. Well, they don't need him, but I'm just thinking of they want that trio.
Their 4th receiver. And then they have Lynn Bowden. So they got him from the Raiders. He was a 3rd-round pick out of Kentucky. So they got him from the Raiders last year, and he had something going for him.
I mean, the Dolphins have good weapons right now, or at least they've invested
The
heavily.
Dolphins are starting to look good. It's all about Tua.
Because they got the tight end. They have now
Gesicki.
the wide receiver, the number 1 tight end, number 1 wide receiver. They invested in Tua. If you can't make that work, then,
Keep in mind they have another pick later on.
Right, which hopefully goes to a running back.
I think that they got to go offensive line.
Yeah, but hopefully it goes to a running back.
I know, Steelers fan. I understood what I pick up what you're putting down.
I have Miami taking Najee Harris.
Good work.
Interesting.
I mean,
Everyone thought Aaron Jones was going there, so.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. But what's interesting, so we have Carolina, and then why am I blanking on who picks 9?
It's.
Isn't it the Broncos?
Yeah, Broncos.
Yeah.
Broncos, Dallas, and then I think the Eagles.
Guys, the Broncos have a chance to take Justin Fields because Carolina's not taking him.
That's nuts.
Carolina, the pick is in for Carolina, which we are behind, so I'm sure someone has said who it is. they haven't. But
Okay, so, well, let's go back, because right here, who's he throwing to? And he's talking about Jared Goff. To me,
that's very true. That's
I
what
agree with that. There's a lot of truth to that. But I guess what you look at there is you get he's the best player in the draft, in my opinion, Penny Sewell. And you look at this draft class, and you're like, we're loaded at wide receiver. We don't have to pick a wide receiver here. We don't have to pigeonhole ourselves there. You're picking at the top of the second. There's going to be guys, probably, Rondale Moore could be in play, Cadarius Toney, Nico Collins. There'll be guys there.
That's my thought.
So I think it actually is a good move. I really like that move, honestly. And just looking at their offensive line.
You see that?
Yeah, Ian Rappaport, according to him, says that Justin Fields is the only quarterback that the Panthers are interested in. So, he could go here.
There's just no... Why would you trade Sam Darnold, then trade away Teddy Bridgewater?
Because maybe you don't think that Justin Fields would be here at 8.
That's true. Sometimes plans change. I will say, Cole Thompson on my show did say, one thing Sam Darnold never had was anybody believing in him, right? They never believed in him. Well, now, this guy, they believe in him, and if they go out and get Justin Fields, I think it's the same thing. I really do.
What do you
I
mean?
think he would struggle.
Oh, you think Fields would struggle?
No, I think I think Sam Darnold
It would just be a confidence wrecker for Sam Darnold.
It's an absolute
For sure.
confidence, right? Look at how
What
much
if-
he was partying when he,
I know.
I think that they take Rashawn Slater, but would not be shocked if they took DeVonta Smith.
Well, I think it makes a lot of sense for both of those, honestly.
Both of them make sense, but I think that Rashawn Slater, I think that if you believe in Sam Darnold, you also need to protect him.
Okay, we're getting word from our insiders here. And
J.C. Horn?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I
like
love
this.
J.C. Horn.
All right.
Yo, that was
I
my
like this
number one
fit.
corner, bro. I was right about that.
All right, you rave about him.
Because of the Panthers. J.C. Horn, I love him a lot, man.
Interesting.
I think he has every skill set you want in a cornerback in the NFL today. I think he can be very similar to like a Patrick Peterson in his prime or like a Jair Alexander. He's physical. He can stick with you in man coverage because he's athletic, and he's not afraid to stick his like face in the run game and blitz and just be up in the line of scrimmage. I love J.C. Horn so much, bro. That's a great pick. Good for them. I love him.
It's an interesting pick here. I mean, they signed A.J. Boye. A lot of people forgot that. They signed A.J. Boye. They get Dante Jackson in the 2018 draft in the second round at LSU, guy that I like a lot. Troy Pride, guy that you liked, out of Notre Dame, a fourth-round pick from last year's draft. You have Jeremy Chin. You have Justin Burris. You added Rashawn Melvin in the offseason. See, to me, I actually think here, like, what's the deal with Pride? Are they done with him? A fourth-round pick they're just throwing away here? Because, I mean, they went up and got J.C. Horn here at 8.
Love him.
Now the biggest thing I think with J.C. Horn is that while he's a great press corner, he's grabby. And we'll see how that goes in the NFL, Adam, but you know what I mean when I say that. He wants to get his hands on you.
Yeah.
From the get-go. He's not patient like a guy like Patrick Surtain. Are you surprised he's the first corner to go?
Yes. I had Surtain going first. I mean, I like J.C. Horn. I'm not even saying that Surtain is better, but I just thought he'd go first.
You know what's funny is we could get... I'm not saying Farley will go here, but we could absolutely get a run on corners. Horn, Farley, and I think Surtain, everybody has Surtain going to Dallas.
That's what I have.
Like, I feel like that's a no-brainer at that point. So,
Well, I'm very curious about Denver's pick here.
well, Denver has a tough decision to make. I mean, now you look at, Drew Lock and, well, actually, what I'll say here is that if you're Denver, why are you not trading this pick to New England?
Why are you not trading it to Chicago? They need a quarterback.
Why are you not trading it? I think this is a big... Your pick just became more valuable because a franchise quarterback is there now.
I can't believe Fields is, falling
That's what I'm saying.
like this and no one's
Fields
trading up yet.
is right there
I
for
would
Denver.
trade up right now.
Man, if I'm Chicago, I am doing everything I can to get this pick from Denver.
Yeah,
and we
right.
know that there's a connection there between Chicago and Denver, so it could happen. Especially if Denver thinks maybe they're going to get Aaron Rodgers. Like, why do they need another quarterback? They don't.
Yeah, I
I mean,
what
they
is
just
the Aaron Rodgers report? Like, how is that going? Because
there hasn't been anything new on that.
But they're the favorites to get him?
Supposedly.
Yeah, because that, I mean, we need to know more about that. They could take Justin Fields as a bargaining chip. So say they get Aaron Rodgers, right? You drafted Justin Fields, and you drafted Drew Lock in the second round of 2 years ago. Now you have 2 quarterbacks you can trade.
It's interesting. I mean, I don't...
You could hold Justin Fields hostage because once he's off the board, like, I feel like he's more valuable if you pick him because then all you have is Mac Jones. And I don't think many teams in the league are like Mac Jones in the first round. I think there's a few, but I don't think he's loved in the first round.
Justin Fields?
Apparently, Jared Cook announced his retirement just before the draft. Interesting.
I didn't
Good
even
for
know
him.
where he was at.
If Justin Fields falls any further, I'd be like, yo, the Steelers need to do something. Like, for real. Like, at 10?
Dude, and I'll tell you.
Why are more teams not? Maybe teams
You
are.
see
calling
Tomlin
him up right
dapping
now.
him up? They like him.
Yeah, they like him a lot.
There's no way that you could tell me if he falls to like 14, they're not up there.
Oh, dude, I would do it. Absolutely. But I'm sure
It's
other
1
teams,
year behind Ben.
I'm sure other teams are calling right now.
Yeah, it's
about this pick,
1 year
like-
behind Ben,
Yeah.
and you're getting into that. Like, if it's 14th, that's not going to be that hard of a selection to make.
Well, and Justin Fields, to
Won't
me...
cost much.
Right.
To me, I could see him really benefiting from like a year behind someone. I think he could start right away.
Yeah, I do too. I think all these quarterbacks. I think Lance can. I think if you're telling me that Lance is going to sit behind Garoppolo, you're out of your mind. He's better than Garoppolo.
Right.
I would not put Garoppolo out there. No way.
Nah, me neither.
Lance adds a dynamic to your offense that literally everyone else in the league except for the Rams has. That dual threat.
Right.
Kyler, you have Russell, now
Yep.
you have Trey. And, I mean, Stafford can move. He's mobile. He's not a dual threat. That's
No.
the difference.
No, he's not.
No. I want to give a shout out now that I know that my grandpa is watching. My grandpa Don is watching. So, hi, Grandpa. I love you. I miss you already. Thank you for watching. I hope that the Bears draft someone really great for you tonight. Maybe they'll even trade up for Justin Fields now that he's dropping.
Right, yeah,
But
there
hi,
you go.
Grandpa. Love you. Also, hi to my mom and my sister. Love you guys. I know they're watching too. And I think my dad is. I don't know.
You got the whole family on board.
I'm pretty sure my whole family's watching right now.
Very supportive. That's
So,
great.
Supportive
thanks,
family.
guys. But okay, back to...
Broncos are drawing this out, building the anticipation. Who is it? If they keep the pick, who is it? Like, top of your head, who do you think?
I think it's Parsons.
Okay.
I think Micah Parsons, you get a guy that wears multiple hats in that defense. Vic Fangio. What can you not do with a guy like Micah Parsons? Runs a 4-3 at linebacker.
Yeah.
I have him as an edge defender, but you can literally play him all over. So, I mean, having a guy like Fangio there, you have him, Von Miller's coming back, you have Chubb.
It's a good defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have them taking Parsons.
Okay. Yeah.
So we both were thinking the same thing. I wouldn't be surprised if this is Farley. We've seen it many times with, like, injuries and stuff, and then, like, we watch the draft and we're like, wait a minute. He got drafted. Like, Corey Davis. Remember?
Right.
Everyone was like, he's going to fall in the second round. He goes top 5.
Right.
You know, like, I feel like that injury talk, there can be validity to it, but a lot of times it's just trying to push,
Well,
like,
it's
maybe a
overhyped.
Hail Mary or something.
Yeah, it's a little overhyped usually.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying Fields will be a Patriot. I mean,
Well, we
That
know
would
it's not
suck.
him.
That would suck.
So it's
Mac
not Mac Jones.
Mac Jones went from being like told that he might be the number 3 pick overall to today to dropping.
Yeah.
Which I feel like he should. I don't know. I don't know if he should have expected it. I expected it, but
I will
the pick is
say
in.
The best linebacker in the draft is Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. I thought I was going to pronounce that right, and
I never pronounce it right, so I just say JOK.
JOK is what we're sticking
You think he's the best?
He's the best.
I had
He's so
Micah
good.
Parsons higher, barely.
I had Parsons as an edge, but even if I have him at inside linebacker, I just feel like Koramoah is a better he's better in coverage. That's the thing I like about him. He's almost like a safety in a sense. Like, he just moves
Right.
so well in coverage. And the thing is, Parsons also is really good, but I think he's a better pass rusher. I think he can get to the quarterback in different ways. He can create, and I think, JOK can obviously blitz. He's a good blitzer, but I think like you can make Parsons just a stand-up pass rusher and it would work. And the pick is in, and it is not a quarterback. It is Patrick Surtain.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense.
Oh, wow. So 2 cornerbacks like that pretty quick in the top 10.
And by the way, since it says pick is in on our side and they're way ahead of us, this is streaming, we'll just say it. We'll just, we'll talk about it like they just made the pick.
Yeah, I don't care.
Because, we're behind. So, what do you guys think? I mean, I think Surtain's the best corner in the draft. He's, very fluid athlete, ran really well, had a really good pro day, but he's so patient. He's very unconventional. He's not the type of cornerback like a J.C. Horn. He's somebody who doesn't have to get up in your grill. He's going to...
Yeah. I didn't like him as much as, obviously, J.C. Horn, but, I mean, he's good. But people were saying that the Cowboys were looking at cornerback heavy, and now you took the 2 best by a landslide. So, like, what do the Cowboys do now?
Well, if you're the Cowboys, you have to trade down. Because you need a corner.
Yeah.
And this draft, and this honestly isn't good for, our Rams fans that are watching. If you're looking for, like, a Melifonwu to fall to, 57, corners going this quickly, that's not good. I know.
It's a run on corners.
Like I said, and what if, I'm trading down if I'm Dallas, but Caleb Farley is a damn good prospect.
Yeah, I like him.
I do question the back injury, but he's really good. Yeah. Keep in mind, he could have come out last year. He decided not to. And
do you think that the Dallas takes Slater?
They could.
Offensive tackle.
It'd be funny because he's like Zach Martin 2.0, the way he's built. But, yeah, I mean, I think if I'm Dallas, I'm trading down. I'm calling Pitt. I'm calling New England.
Yo, Pitt, call and go get Justin Fields right now.
I'm calling New England. I'm calling Pitt.
Right, you're calling everyone.
Vegas, Washington, Chicago.
You could call a lot of people right now. Yeah. It's crazy Justin Fields is falling like this. I really didn't believe it would happen.
I think it's ridiculous.
I mean, I guess 10 is like not that crazy, but...
Yeah. I mean, you know what it's all about.
Yeah.
Chicago, do something.
You stay in the first round, you get that 5th-year option. That's a franchise quarterback. I want that 5th-year option.
Yeah.
So, if a Mac Jones falls to like 32, don't be surprised if a team makes a last-second move. Plus, Tampa, they hardly have any needs, so they could absolutely facilitate that. And apparently, they brought back Antonio Brown. I saw
Tampa?
that.
Yeah, they signed him. Yep, they brought him
back.
So
they literally brought back everybody.
Yep, everyone.
They don't have any needs.
Yep.
So, I mean, if I'm Tampa, I trade out. But
so Mac Jones, Justin Fields, those are the top 2 quarterbacks.
Well, the thing that's crazy...
And they're chilling.
The thing that's crazy about the Surtain pick is they just got Kyle Fuller. So, like, their secondary...
It's great.
...is really good.
Yeah.
I mean, you have Kyle Fuller, you have Bryce Callahan, who's one of the best nickel corners in all of football. You added Ronald Darby, and then you get Surtain. You have Justin Simmons and Kareem Jackson.
Yeah.
And Duke Dawson. They're like absolutely loaded.
The last time the Broncos were really competitive, they had a great secondary.
Yes.
Remember? It was
the no-fly zone.
C.J. Harris and who else?
Yeah, it was Chris Harris Jr., Aqib Talib, and they also had Bradley.
Aqib Talib was the other guy though. Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed that the pick isn't in yet for Dallas, which makes me wonder if they're trying to trade out.
Steelers sign Mason Rudolph to 1-year extension.
Blockbuster.
But here's
that's the biggest movement.
Here's what's a little interesting is you have Dallas and then you have New York up. Could New York take DeVonta Smith? I keep saying his name because I'm like, why is he dropping? But like,
I mean, New York absolutely could. I think they would probably take a guy like Rashawn Slater or Christian Darrisaw. But
I have them taking Quiddy Pie, however you pronounce it.
Quiddy Pay. That's what I've been told.
Pay.
I've been schooled on it, so.
But I don't know. They could take him just so the Eagles can't. The Eagles want him. The Eagles want a receiver.
Yes. Well, I think the Eagles really wanted a guy like J.C. Horn, but they weren't willing to trade up, and so the receiver there, he's just sitting right there. DeVonta Smith. If he's there, I mean, you'd probably take him. It'll be interesting though. DeVonta Smith, I had fallen to 15.
Trade
initially.
With who?
Eagles.
Oh boy, they want a quarterback, right?
Eagles, are they going for Justin Fields?
Imagine if
Jake
they did
called
that.
it.
The Eagles traded with an in-division rival.
Wow, they
That's
must have gave
nuts.
up something for that.
They're saying the audio's quiet again, so we're gonna turn this up.
Yeah, just turn it up.
And not do that, hopefully.
It's got to be a quarterback. It's got to be Fields.
No, I think it's Smith.
Really?
I
You
think
they
that
would
they're
trade up for
scared.
him?
I think they're scared New York would take him.
Okay.
Because
okay.
I think it's Smith. I think they're in on Jalen Hurts.
I mean,
That's wild that they did a trade in division like that too, up into 10.
I won't be surprised.
I just think that they were scared New York would take him, and they
Aiden.
wanted him.
What up, Aiden? Shout out to Aiden Too Cool. It's my homie.
That guy is amazing.
He's always here.
He's in everything. He's in my streams. He's in your streams.
Much
he's
love
in
to you,
AJ
bro.
show.
Seriously, much appreciation for you.
I wanted the Patriots.
I'm telling you, it's DeVonta Smith.
I hope it is.
I'd be okay with that.
They
Because I'd like to see the Giants trade with New England, have New England take Fields.
I don't want New England to take Fields.
Oh, I want New England to take Fields.
That would be tough.
I don't really
Bill
like
needs
that
his
fit.
quarterback.
I don't know.
I agree with Alexis. I don't really like that fit. at all.
Okay, just real quick. So the Cowboys got
Just a
their
third?
pick and a third.
That's a great move. They moved down 2 spots and they get the 84th overall pick. That's a really good pick for Dallas, a team that needs secondary.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do that with my in-division rival. Like, I would be like,
Well, now
I need a little more.
If this ends up being like a franchise quarterback,
that's
you're
what
gonna
I'm
have to
saying.
watch him for years,
Exactly.
knowing that you.
And you're like, well, we got a third. It's like, okay.
well, when you put it that way.
Yeah.
Oh God.
We'll see, though. Maybe it's DeVonta Smith. You never know.
That's who I think it is. I would just be really surprised if it's a quarterback because I do think the Eagles are all in on Jalen Hurts.
Maybe it's Caleb Farley. I don't know. It's probably DeVonta Smith. You're probably right.
I think I'm
I
right.
don't know if.
Also, tackles are kind of falling, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Like, I expected another tackle to be gone by now.
Well, I'd say both of our teams are in the
Yeah.
market for a tackle potentially.
Yeah.
The Rams could use a guy that could play guard and tackle, and the Steelers they could use an offensive line.
Just a whole offense.
Who is that?
That's DeVonta Smith.
Yeah. Oh, but he doesn't look. He hasn't gotten a call. Let's see if he gets a
He
call.
doesn't look excited.
He's probably just like,
still
oh
haven't
God, I
turned the
got to go to
pick in.
Philadelphia. I mean, the clock is still running. It could be delayed.
Double trade?
Dude, please,
Imagine.
please.
Feel like a trade.
It's a double trade.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Take DeVonta Smith.
I'm on that ship. I'm like, that'd be great. Yeah, take DeVonta.
I just
Pick
think
is
that's
in.
the only thing that Pick is in. He's just the only person that makes sense. Also, by the way, if the Rams trade into the first round tonight, I will throw myself out the window over there. No one that I want.
If they picked Elijah Molden on day 2. That's something that they would do, and you know it.
I mean, they do like Washington.
I know. That's what scares me.
I'm not seeing anyone saying. Let me check Twitter. Twitter always has it first. Always.
I need to know just who it is right now. Like, pick is in. Okay.
Dude, I love how I comment on my stuff and it pops up immediately.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yep.
Is it Fields?
Smith.
Good call. Good
Thank
call.
you.
I'm happy with that.
Hey! There we go.
I'm very happy with that.
I'm happy with it because that means Fields still available.
For the Steelers.
Well-
Dude, if the Steelers want to trade, by all means, I want this kid to succeed in the NFL. I want him to go to a good fit. I want Bill to get his quarterback, but I also like to see the Steelers get their successor.
Ben was taken at 11. Trade up to 11. Restart the process.
The Steelers beat the Giants last year, so there's parallels, man.
You can make anything make sense if you
Yeah.
try hard enough.
Well, so that means the Giants are next.
Brick wall, everyone's saying. Don't throw yourself out of a window. Just run into a brick wall.
Yeah, run into your brick wall.
You'll cry on stream, dude. I just saw that and I was like, no.
I'll do it
Can you cry on command?
if I
Yes.
if I hit myself.
I know you can. You told me that.
I can't
If I
cry.
hit myself
on
hard enough, yeah.
Okay, well, that's a strategy.
If the Rams take Elijah Molden tomorrow, I will punch Jake in the face on the live stream.
Oh my god.
I will punch myself in the face, so you won't have to. No,
And we'll both end up in the ER, me for a broken hand.
I'm
and-
swan diving out that window. I'm telling you right now.
I don't
If they-
Wait, if what happens?
if they
If
take
the Rams
Elijah
take
Molden,
Elijah Molden.
All right, I'm holding you to that.
go do it. Get over there.
Okay, yeah, we're so behind. I mean, the pick is in. We know it's DeVonta Smith.
Endgame proved that.
Yeah, because I cried in Endgame. Everyone knows that I cried. Remember in the
yeah.
theater?
No, that's true.
I'm not ashamed about that.
He's more fragile than Deshaun Jackson. What? That's not right.
Who?
Someone said.
Oh, DeVonta?
Yeah.
Well, I got 30 pounds on DeVonta Smith, so.
Oh,
I
he's
don't-
so. I love it when they're emotional. It makes me emotional. Not like where I'll cry now,
Really.
but like it just makes me feel like emotional for them.
Sure. Oh, he looks very grateful.
He does, but I also can tell he's got kind of that chip on his shoulder right now. Like he thinks he should have gone earlier. Am I reading into that? But he looks like he's kind of like,
I just like his suit. It's pretty dope.
yeah.
Does it tie around the waist?
He honestly, if he had a better court, I just think that, I don't know how he's going to do with Jalen Hurts. Oh, they're both Alabama. There's another Alabama connection, though.
Yeah.
Tua and Jalen Waddle, and then you've got Hurts and
Everyone
Smith.
complains about his BMI, and I just don't get it. Like, what's the big deal? If the guy can run routes the way he can, it's not going to matter. He's going to create separation anyway. You get your hands on him, it doesn't matter. He's so good at eluding traffic and redirecting himself, and he can kind of sift through it all. He can always find a way to get open. I mean, he was the Heisman. What wide receiver wins the Heisman?
Who was it last
Some-
time? It was kind of recent.
It hasn't happened in a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Someone asked if the Rams pick a tight end tomorrow, Alexis, will you body slam Jake?
Tight end.
It depends on the tight
Are we
end.
getting Kyle Pitts? Like, did we trade and get
Well,
If
Kyle-
it's Tommy Tremble,
trading for
I'll
Kyle
be happy.
Pitts, who just got
Tommy
drafted.
Tremble?
I don't think he would go tomorrow.
57?
Oh yeah, round
That's
three.
high.
Oh, round 3. No, I wouldn't want him.
What
I would
about
take
Pat
him.
Fryer?
Well,
No.
he's going
You don't like him?
early.
I
I think
like him. I don't. The Rams don't need a tight end.
we really don't unless Bryson Hopkins just doesn't work
I mean,
out.
Kendall Bland's their 4th tight end. I like him, so I'm good.
Dude.
Who's getting Fields?
Well,
What?
the Giants.
Oh, you pronounced it like he typed it. Folds. Who's getting Folds?
Fields.
The
I
Giants
don't
are
want
next.
Folds, but I want Fields for sure.
Bears probably going. No, don't go to the Bears. I will cry on command if it. No, they traded it.
They're going for Fields.
Oh my god.
They gotta be.
He's literally
Grandpa, are you watching this? Grandpa, my Bears fan. Grandpa, are you watching? The Bears did something right for once. I wish I could be. I want to call him right
Hey,
now,
wait till
actually,
you see
so
who it
badly.
is. Don't get too excited before you see it.
It
It's
has to
gotta
be a
for
quarterback.
Fields. Why
I
would
mean,
you
you would
trade up
think.
9 spots? Oh, it wouldn't be for Fields. It's gonna be for Mac Jones.
No,
No, that's the type of quarterback they would like.
that would be such a disappointment. No,
I
no
will-
way.
If
I
they
don't buy
pick
that.
Mac,
Cry.
I'm telling you, I think that's what they're doing.
No, they're not.
I
No,
gotta
they're
watch
taking Justin
Twitter for
Fields.
this. I'm
They
not-
are.
I gotta- that's ridiculous.
Everyone in my comments about Grandpa Don. Oh my gosh, please, Bears, do not let him down. Oh my God, it has to be a quarterback.
Oh, it'll be a quarterback. It's between Mac Jones and Justin Fields.
I mean,
Didn't they trade up for Mitch too? Or
Am
did
I
they
They
even-
give
traded up
pick?
1 spot.
Is that what they did? Yeah.
They gave up a 3rd-round pick so they can move up because the 49ers held them hostage. Never
am I
forget.
going to be mad if it's Mac Jones? Like, at this
Probably.
point,
Yes.
At 11?
yeah, kind of. I mean, but at this
He was never
point,
going at 3.
Chicago needs a quarterback so bad. Please, football gods,
I just
let this
it's
not
nothing
be.
against the Bears. I just don't like Jim Nagy and Ryan Pace. I just don't trust them. Like Justin Fields needs to go to like a legit organization that's going to actually give him an opportunity. Matt Nagy did not do Mitch Trubisky any favors whatsoever, and Ryan Pace, I don't know how he still has a job, to be honest with you.
Yeah, this has to be.
I did
Wow,
not.
Giants. They got a 2022 first-round pick.
That's a quarterback haul.
That is.
Yeah, they're going for a quarterback.
That was them basically being like, we'll take him.
right.
We'll take him.
Yeah.
We don't care. Well, they weren't going to.
Someone just said I jinxed it because I said Bears did something right for once.
It'll be Mac.
Honestly, though, is Andy Dalton better than Mac Jones?
No.
Right. So, like, it's...
No, I think Mac Jones comes in and can play day one, and I think he's gonna have. I mean, we'll see. I don't know what's going on with Allen Robinson, but Darnell Mooney was impressive. You can go out and get another receiver. You have David Montgomery. You have Tariq Cohen. Your guy Cole Kmet at tight end. Offensive line's okay. Defense is really good, coached by Chuck Pagano.
I legitimately want to call my grandpa right now. I'm like, oh my gosh.
My hope is that it's Mac Jones because I want Justin Fields to go to either
I know who it
New
is.
England or
You know who it is?
Yeah.
Don't say it.
You don't want me to say it?
Okay, no, I'll look. No, oh wait, how do you know what it is?
I
Twitter?
looked on- do you want to know?
Yeah.
It's Justin Fields.
Okay.
all right.
I'm sad. But congrats to Alexis's grandpa.
Yeah, congrats, Papa Don.
Yeah.
Papa Don.
The only good thing
You
about
got a
this
quarterback.
is that he's he can be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy right now. I'm happy for him. I'm not even a Bears fan, but like God, they need like life. They
Yeah.
need life.
Well, I mean, Justin Fields is great because if you drafted Mac Jones, you lose the good thing about Trubisky was his mobility. So they got a bunch of guys who can't move. Andy Dalton can't move. Nick Foles can't move. So now they add Justin Fields. Justin Fields can move everywhere. He ran a 4.4 at his pro day. He's got a great arm. He's honestly a great mental processor. There's all this stuff that went around that he can't process the field.
Justin Fields?
I just
Yeah.
don't see that on tape. I see a guy that he stepped up, and by the way, sorry, number one overall quarterback got beat by Justin Fields. And Justin Fields played a hell of a game to send them the national title. And look, people will say, he's a rookie quarterback, give him some time. No, I'm not sitting him for Andy Dalton or Nick Foles. I play him. I absolutely play him.
I might call him.
Call him.
Should
Go
I?
ahead. If you want to call him, call him. Yeah.
I'm gonna put him on speaker.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to tell him not to. I talk too much.
I'm watching both you and the television.
Yes. So I am calling you. I am live. So everyone who's listening to my broadcast can hear you. But
Yeah.
I mentioned to everyone watching that my grandpa's a huge Bears fan, and they're all so happy for you now that the Bears have a quarterback.
Well, yes, I was amazed. I really am because I didn't think they'd go that route. They needed to, but I just figured they wouldn't. I thought maybe they'd wait till next year, like they always do. Well, I think they got a good one. I'm looking very much forward to it.
Yep.
I really am.
I am. Well, I just wanted to call and check in with you because I know that you were excited.
Thank you very much.
So,
and I hope your team gets a good pick tomorrow.
yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Good.
All right.
Thanks for calling, honey. I love you guys. Bye.
Yep. Love you too. Bye.
Congrats, Papa Don.
Congrats.
He's very sweet.
You could just
Yes.
tell.
I hope. Did everyone hear him? I don't even know if everyone could hear
I
him.
think people could hear him. I could still see the thing moving when he was talking.
Yeah. I hope everyone could hear him, but that is my 89-year-old grandfather who is a huge Bears fan.
Aiden says he sounds like a kid in a candy shop.
Yeah. He was I know that he's excited. I mean, if you guys follow me on Twitter, you know that when the Bears got Andy Dalton, I
saw that video. Oh my god.
I took a video of my grandpa. I went into the kitchen. I said, the Bears got a quarterback. And he was so excited. And I said, Andy Dalton. And he was not happy.
That was mean.
So it was mean of me a little bit to do. But we did laugh about it, though. He did think, it was just kind of like a joke. But, yeah, I'm excited for him to have Justin Fields. And for the Bears.
Yeah, you're in Chicago, right? So I mean,
I am. I do live in Chicago,
that's
so
your team now, in a way.
man, I'm gonna be.
Don't get bullets thrown at her.
I'm gonna have to go to some Bears games next year.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, good
Yeah,
for
that's
them, though.
cool.
That's a good player.
It's time that they have like an exciting.
Yeah.
My number 2 quarterback. I love it. All right. Matt Nagy has no excuses. Can we agree on that? Matt Nagy, Ryan Pace, you have no excuses.
No excuse.
This needs to get done. If he fails, that's on you. That is entirely on you. There's no excuse.
Man, the Bears did something right.
Look at that ball placement. That's the type of stuff he does consistently.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Well, what he's gonna do is the Bears like. They also need to have a good rest of the draft, too. I mean, this is a great pick, but, like, I would like to see them take a receiver in the second round or an offensive tackle. Like, they need to put the pieces together because their defense is still pretty relatively good. I mean, they're not like they were a few years ago when their defense was just insane.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean, let's take a look at the Bears. I mean, I was going through them earlier. They have weapons, you know. I mean, that's not up for debate. And when you have guys like Khalil Mack and Desmond Trufant, who they added, Jaelan Johnson, a second-round pick last year, Eddie Jackson, Tayshaun Gibson. They added Robert Quinn, Dane Trevathan, Roquan Smith, Akeem Hicks. Defense is really good.
Defense
then you look
is
at
good.
the offense, and you're like, the offense isn't bad. They just need a quarterback. And you could argue, looking at this, offensive line, Charles Leno Jr., 7th-round pick from 2014.
Yeah.
Definitely move on from him.
Well,
it's a good tackle draft.
Looking at their depth chart, now that I'm looking at it, I mean, Allen Robinson, Darnell Mooney, and Anthony Miller aren't that bad.
No, not at all.
Their offensive line is shaky, so I'm thinking second round. This is a really
I think
deep
they could
class.
move on from Anthony Miller, though. I would not be surprised if they did that. And they really like your guy, of course, Cole Kmet.
Cole Kmet had a really good year last year.
I think they could draft another Notre Dame guy. I think they could go with Eichenberg.
Yep, I think so too. That would.
I think he'd be their left tackle.
I mean, I would like to see them take him. I would honestly look at their right tackle right now.
Elijah Wilkinson.
Yeah, they could. They need tackles.
Either way, but I mean, you have James Daniels, a second-round pick from 2018. You invested in. Cody Whitehair, second-round pick in 2016. Then Jermaine Ifedi. They could definitely use offensive line help the rest of the way. I think they'll probably get that. Maybe look at receiver in the 4th or 5th round. But
poor Andy Dalton, man.
Nothing poor.
Thought he was going to
No,
start.
I don't feel
Nothing
bad for
poor.
him.
I do not feel bad for him. First off, I don't think he was great in Cincy. I think there are times they should have gone. They should have done a lot better. And on top of that, he goes to Dallas. And what's the dream when you sign as a backup quarterback? That you get to play. Dak Prescott has a freak injury, and he got to play and show his worth.
Yeah.
And his worth was not.
And the guy made $10 million. Let's not forget that. $10 million this year.
Pick is in.
Him.
Pick is in.
It's called the Red Rocket. It's tough life, man.
Red Rifle.
I think that this has either got to be. I don't think they take Caleb Farley this early, so I'm gonna think what about Christian Barmore?
They're gonna say Creed Humphrey. I'm like,
no, that would make me cry.
Or
Rashawn Slater, actually. I think
they could take Farley.
I think it's Rashawn Slater.
Let's look. Their secondary: C.J. Goodwin, Jordan Lewis, Trayvon Diggs, Donovan Wilson, Keanu Neal. They got Reggie Robinson last year in the 4th. Anthony Brown, but it's I like Trayvon Diggs, and I like Keanu Neal, and that's it in the secondary. This secondary got torched week in and week out. Dak Prescott was on pace to throw for over 6,000 yards before he got hurt.
Yeah, I mean, looking at their corners, they have no one.
And keep
It's
in mind,
bad.
Prescott was losing games where they would drop 40, and they'd still lose. It was back to the Romo days. So secondary is a big thing here. Trayvon Diggs, you get a big corner last year out of Alabama. I'm sure they wanted Surtain. He didn't fall to them at 10, 1 pick, so they trade down here.
Caleb Farley?
Caleb Farley makes the most sense.
I feel like that's a little high.
I think it's
for
high
me,
for him.
Where I have him.
Only because of the recent buzz, but this is another guy where I'm like...
Not even before that. I didn't really think
Really?
he was that great.
Oh, I thought he was in the top 10. like late top 10. But
No, I always had Surtain and Horn over him.
Horn I came onto at the end, but he ended up being cornerback 2 for me.
Yeah.
I really like Farley though. Farley's desire to tackle, dude will mash and he does not care.
Well, that's what I loved about Horn though.
I think all of them.
Yeah.
Surtain's good. I mean, they got a really good one in Denver.
All right, let's see what this is, man. Come on. I'm ready.
Oh, Dallas.
You know?
They went with Parsons.
Oh,
Okay.
All right.
It makes sense.
So we get Sean
Wow.
Lee the other day, finally retired.
That's a great linebacking core.
Yeah, you have
Van Der Esch,
Parsons.
Jalan Smith, and Parsons.
Yeah,
That's mean.
Parsons got. He has elite isn't even the word for his athleticism.
Yeah, he's just off the charts, man.
I mean, running a 4.36 at that size is just
What is
uncanny.
happening? There's no sound.
Well.
Okay, someone's
think-
gonna announce the
yeah.
pick. Okay,
Just enjoying the moment.
yeah.
Yeah.
They should have subtitles. I don't know why they don't.
Could we could probably turn on closed captioning.
They didn't have anything.
Oh, they didn't.
No. It's the NFL app. I don't know. So Parsons.
So
I
looking,
think he's
who does he
great.
replace?
Well, I don't think he has to really replace anybody. I think they're just they're going to use him. He wears multiple
Right.
hats. The Randy Gregory role, maybe the way they use all. No, it's going to be the way they use Alden Smith.
Aren't they a 4-3?
Yeah,
Yeah, so you got 3 great linebackers.
they're
there.
going to use him as a Leo pass rusher
Yeah.
and just move him around because and that's the thing.
Yeah.
And you have Leighton Van Der Esch and Jalan Smith.
That's going to
as
be
your
mean,
linebackers.
bro. I mean, Leighton, Jalan Smith, and him that's crazy.
That is a pretty nasty linebacking group
Yeah.
right there. So now that they've picked, it's another NFC East team, right? Is it the Redskins? Yeah.
And notice
Or Washington?
Notice very important thing there. Covers running back, tight end. So what he can do is because of his athleticism, he's going to be able to cover guys like Antonio Gibson, Miles Sanders, guys in his division. He's going to be able to do that, and that's a big thing here. Especially Saquon Barkley, a guy that's going to catch a lot of passes out of the backfield. So you have Micah Parsons, you can chase down those guys, and honestly, is faster than all of them. That's going to be scary for Dallas, and it's
Yeah.
a new element to add to their defense, which they're hoping will be better with Dan Quinn.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot, actually, the more I think about it.
It makes a lot of sense.
It does make a lot of sense.
I'm
Alex-
legit shocked Fangio didn't get him, but I also don't think that Fangio thought Surtain would be. No. I thought Surtain would be there. I thought Fangio was good at corner. When they signed Kyle Fuller, I thought they were good.
No, I get it. I get adding him to the mix.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He's probably the best on their board.
Look at this guy, though. 6'3", 246.
That's
moves like a slot corner. I mean,
it's stupid.
he's ridiculous.
That's just ridiculous. Running a 4.36.
Yeah.
It's just nuts.
Dumb.
Well, guys, I'm a little confused on what Washington's going to do.
What do you mean?
Well, just who they're going to
Washington,
pick.
Mac
I
Jones
mean,
is probably going to fall into the lap, but I don't think they go that route. I think
I
Well,
wouldn't go Mac Jones.
I had them taking
going
Lance.
JOK.
You think so? I
JOK
could see
should
it.
go here, like around this area, but I could see him falling. The Chargers here are sitting pretty. They didn't have to trade up.
Do you think they go like offensive line?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I thought they would trade up for Sewell.
Yeah.
I think if he fell a little bit, they would have.
It's really crazy that only Sewell's gone so far. Like, that was expected, but I thought Darrisaw would
It's
go
a
by
very
now,
good
or
offensive
Slater.
tackle draft.
And they're getting pushed down.
Yeah. So, I think the Chargers here, they could go Darrisaw. I think Darrisaw's the better prospect at tackle.
I like him better, yeah.
But Rashawn Slater has this versatility that you just don't see very often. He can play 4 positions on the offensive
But don't the
line.
Chargers need a tackle?
They
right
do.
now? Yeah.
They do. They absolutely do. The Colts do
Well-
also as well. I've never seen Chris Ballard trade up, but
Rashawn Slater, though, would be the best tackle in most drafts if Sewell wasn't a thing.
yeah, I think
So
him,
if I'm
Darrisaw-
Washington, although Washington is kind of close to Virginia Tech where Darrisaw used to play.
Washington.
I always keep that in mind because sometimes you see teams that like to
That's true.
take guys from schools that are in their area. Either one of them would be a great pick for Washington, though. Either one.
They just got Eric Flowers from Miami. They have Jerron Christian, who's a third-round pick from 2018. They have Chase Roulier, who's played pretty well. Brandon Scherf they brought back, and Morgan Moses. They're an older offensive line in a sense. They could go offensive line, but I don't know if Darrisaw is going to fall that far. And I kind of feel like they want to keep building that defense. So, I mean, I kind of feel like
Wait,
look
are
at
they
the
not?
linebackers. Cole Holcomb, athletic out of UNC, 2019 fifth-round pick.
Yeah.
John Bostic, it doesn't really move the needle for me. And then Khalid
No, not.
Hudson.
Oh God, John Boston.
Oh, yeah. I don't have to tell you that. And then Khalid Hudson is a guy, kind of a positionless player. Michigan, kind of a hybrid safety linebacker, fifth-round pick from 2020. I think they could go linebacker, and to me, if JOK is there, that's who they'll go with. But the Chargers here, I think they're going to go with Rashawn Slater just because of the versatility. I think that's what's going to sell the most.
I was thinking Washington was up next because I was looking at my mock where I had them trade up to 13.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I was bringing
just
up.
going with you. I was like, you know what? You mentioned Washington.
I had them trading with the Chargers. So now I realize the Chargers are up and not Washington. I was looking at the wrong thing. But I do think that the Chargers take Slater here.
Yeah.
That's who I had the Chargers taking in all my other mocks.
I would go with Darrisaw because he's the more clear-cut left tackle, and I feel like that's what they're looking for because Trey Pipkins right now would be their starting left tackle. You go out, you get Ode Abushi, underrated, from Detroit. You get Corey Linsley, huge offseason move to get a center like that. Then Matt Filer over from Pitt, underrated. Brian Bulaga has a horrible contract, but if he can get back to playing the way he was, it's not a bad-looking offensive line if you had a guy like Darrisaw or Slater at left tackle. But I think if you add Slater at left tackle, it's almost like the way everybody's projecting him is like guard. So I almost feel like that's why Darrisaw could go there.
Right.
Because he's strictly a tackle.
I love him.
Darrisaw's awesome.
He's so cool. Yeah,
Any other draft, Darrisaw could go number one.
Oh, easily, bro.
Remember
and he's
when
just
Eric Fisher went he would have gone number one over like all those guys.
Yes, and Darrisaw's just like a cool dude. Have you ever watched his interviews?
Yes, I have.
He's just a chill. I just like the way he carries himself.
There's the way Justin Herbert and things went down for the Chargers, they won the last 4 games of the season. They have a really good defense. I mean, I have them in the Super Bowl against the Rams.
Yeah.
I think it will be an all-LA Super Bowl. But just the way things went down for them, Justin Herbert was a home run. And so what do? You learn from the mistakes that you didn't make. You learn from the mistakes other teams made. And what was one big mistake that a team made? It was Cincinnati with Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow tore his ACL because we all said it. You and I kept saying it all. I mean, we weren't on, we didn't have the AJ show yet, but we were saying constantly, they got to protect Joe Burrow, man.
Yeah.
He's getting clobbered every single, drop back.
Yep.
And sure enough, he tore his ACL. So, the Chargers have already seen this. They're not even going to waste any time. I feel like they're going to go out and get their guy at left tackle. Because Pipkins at Sioux Falls, third-round pick in 2019, I thought it was a little high. I liked him. Thought it was a little high. Just don't know if I'm banking on Trey Pipkins.
No, you're not. Or you shouldn't be.
To save my future
yeah.
in Justin Herbert. Protect my future.
Dude, definitely not. Definitely
I think it's Slater. That is the best choice by far. I don't think that there's a question on who it's going to be. And I keep trying to check and see.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we can catch up to what everyone else is saying.
Yeah.
Oh, I just saw a Chargers pick and then my page refreshed.
I hate that. Why does Twitter do that? Cancel Twitter.
wish we had like a coup rig or something.
Look at you over there. You type in long snapper or bust, and then you're just like, yeah, I'm just chilling. Like, I see you over there.
Yeah,
Your shenanigans.
If the Steelers don't draft a long snapper at pick 24,
Yep,
it's over.
it's Slater.
Okay.
Good.
It's a great pick.
Good for them, yeah.
It's a good
Yeah.
pick by the Chargers.
I think
Makes sense.
There's some concern about Darrisaw injury-wise. I think it was a shoulder.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if he...
I'd take him.
I mean, you just told me you loved him. If he's there at 24, you're
Yeah.
going to dive onto that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think the only thing you don't want at this point for you, I don't think you want the Steelers to trade up and get Mac Jones.
Oh, dude, no, I'd vomit. You don't want
Please
that.
don't.
Yeah. No way.
Like, you don't vomit on command, do you?
Dude, that would be my worst nightmare come true. Just my actual worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Dude, I think he'll be there at 24. I think Mac Jones is just not. People were like hyping him up for no reason.
I actually feel bad for the guy because I think they used him as a smokescreen entirely.
Maybe. But...
I don't think it was ever between him. I think they knew when they traded up it was either going to be Lance or Fields.
Right.
And then they were sold on Lance, and then all that BS came out about Mac Jones to kind of push everybody away. And why? I'll tell you why. Because before the Jets traded Sam Darnold, they were a candidate to have a team trade and get past the 49ers. And the 49ers just smokescreened their way to picking Lance.
Right. Yeah, man.
I love watching people on Twitter react.
Great.
Twitter is the best. But now that the Chargers have picked, we wait for...
So you had Darrisaw going to the Chargers from what I can see here.
Where?
And you had Mac Jones going to the Bears.
If they
That's how I
traded,
expected it.
if they traded back, I had them taking Darrisaw. But I had Elijah Vera-Tucker going to Minnesota. And,
Oh, yes. I had this in every mock. I feel like this is a perfect fit.
yeah.
But I do know how Mike Zimmer is. He loves to draft defense. He loves to draft maybe the corners. How many corners has he drafted? Mac Alexander, Trey Waynes.
He loves the corners.
He loves his corners. He got a guy last year.
And they haven't really worked
what's his
out.
name? Dantzler. Cameron Dantzler
I don't remember him.
from Mississippi State.
Yeah.
I think he had some
Well,
weird
remember-
off-the-field
Look at
issues.
Rashawn. Look at the way he struts. It's just like, hey.
Who's
He's got
the...
a neck roll on his suit. It's not actually, but you know what I mean.
Well, also remember,
He's a whole vibe.
Minnesota just let go of a corner. I don't know if they've officially let him go, but they will.
I think it was Dantzler.
No, it's Jeff Gladney.
Oh, they drafted Gladney too.
Yeah.
See,
So
look at how
Gladney's
many
gone.
corners they draft.
Yeah.
Well, Gladney had some weird thing off the field. I don't remember what it was.
He horrible domestic assault.
Yeah,
Great.
So he's gone.
So he's probably not going to play in the NFL ever again.
No.
Dude,
So
he got a 4.88. My goodness.
there's just not
You
a...
didn't know that?
No.
That's why they were comparing him to not Zach Thomas. He's a linebacker. That'd be insane.
The other
Martin?
Zach Martin.
How about the other tackle that ran like a 4.7
Deontay
and got drafted way high, and then he was terrible?
He wasn't. He didn't get drafted that high.
Oh.
But I brought him up on the AJ show. And
Yeah,
you're
that
like,
guy.
he's on our team.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. He was
Deontay
on our
Collins
team.
from
Yes.
TCU.
Yes. And I was like, he's going to be our next left tackle.
Dude, I can. Oh yeah, he did really well against Chase.
This
Young.
is, yeah, I mean...
If you can do that, man.
And I've watched a lot of Northwestern football, naturally.
Oh, right.
So, yeah, I just think this is a great pick. And I think that, Justin Herbert is insane. And he's going to just continue to build upon that. But you have to protect him because his offensive line is just not
We'll
good.
see tomorrow if the Rams select a pass rusher to rush against him in the Super Bowl.
Oh,
We'll
right,
see.
because you're calling LA versus
Yes,
LA
I'm
Super
calling
Bowl.
the LA Super Bowl. I mean, really, I think Brandon Staley is going to do exactly what he did with the Rams defense. And the Chargers have the pieces. They're going to get Derwin James back, by the way, fifth-year option. And if anybody was wondering if he'd get a fifth-year option, one of the best safeties in the league.
I love how they dap each other up. Like, yes, we did it.
That's so
we
funny.
wrote a name on a card. Yes.
Trade. The Jets traded to 14.
Trade up to 14.
Who could that be?
Huh.
Darrisaw? I mean,
Let me look at my
That
mock.
wouldn't be shocking.
So they trade with Minnesota. No, Elijah Vera-Tucker.
oh yeah.
It could be him,
He's
too.
the second best. I think he's the second best offensive lineman in the draft.
Really?
I love AVT.
That wouldn't be
Jets
surprising, though. For them to
trade.
trade up.
What if they got Mac Jones?
What?
They just got it. They just got it. They're like, they're gonna battle it out.
That'd be so funny. I wish.
We're trading up and selecting. Oh, I'll wait until you take a sip of water.
I wish. That would be great.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're going up and selecting.
It's got to be Elijah Vera-Tucker or
Martell
Darrisaw.
Martell Tate. Bro,
What about-
he's not even in the draft.
Tate Martell.
Tate Martell? He's not in the
They're
draft.
just gonna do it anyway.
They're like,
he's on the
next-
draft card.
We're drafting him next year. Here you go. It's like, what?
What
That's not how
about
this works?
JOK?
It'd be a good fit. Although I hate it for Blake Cashman. He's in
Yeah.
line to be a starter. Spoke with him.
I
pretty
think
recently.
it's going to be Vera-Tucker or Darrisaw.
Yeah, I mean, you keep building that offense.
I mean, unless it's like it couldn't be a receiver. I mean, it couldn't be. I mean, I'm trying to think of what receiver you'd even draft
Mike
up for.
LaFleur went over from San Francisco, so he's a first-year OC. I wonder if they're kind of giving him, they're trying to help him. I mean,
Elijah Moore?
that's way too early. The next guy I have at wide receiver is Rashad Bateman. And I could see him falling to the end where, like, Baltimore has to take him because they have 2 picks at the back end of the first.
Yeah. Jets are making moves, man. Pretty cool. I think it has to be a tackle, for sure.
I mean,
You got to tie it up with Zach Wilson.
No, I agree with you,
Hook 'em
Lawrence.
up.
I don't think the Broncos pick was a need. I think it was best player available. Sometimes you have a really high grade on a player and you don't care about need. I think that was the case with Surtain. You really hope they don't get Rodgers? Okay, that's fair. Lawrence lives in Denver, so he has to hear constantly when the Broncos do well. So I get it. As a Rams fan, it's probably annoying.
my grandma is a Broncos fan, so good for her.
Some people
If
think
they
that
get him.
the Jets are taking Najee Harris.
That was one of my first thoughts.
Yeah.
Is that I could see them overreacting and like hearing some buzz about. Like I thought some team might take Najee really high, or he'll go in like the second round.
I'm just going to be kind of bummed if Najee doesn't end up a Dolphin because
You were really sold on that.
I'm really sold on that Alabama like trio there.
Need the Patrick Star gif, rooting for you. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
I mean, if Zach Wilson pans out how I think he's going to pan out.
so you have JOK going to the Patriots. I would love that.
Yeah.
That'd be a great fit.
Let me refresh Twitter and see if because they know everything before we do.
I don't see anything yet.
That's a pretty far drop, and the Vikings
Yep.
are going to get 143.
Jets got Vera-Tucker.
Oh, they got Vera-Tucker.
Good.
Okay.
Yep.
I like
It's a good
that.
pick.
Yeah.
I was not even looking at that.
So
the Jets traded 23, 66, and 86 to move up to 14 and get a 143.
Well, I had Elijah Vera-Tucker going 14, just not to the Jets. I had him going to the Vikings.
Good call.
Yeah, I did as
So-
well.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a good
I
prediction.
guess they didn't love him as much as I thought, since they're just like,
Yeah.
Well, I think they're trying to put pieces in place for Zach Wilson to
Yeah.
succeed, and this is one
No,
of
I
them.
meant the Vikings. I
Oh.
thought the Vikings were like going to nail it, but oh my
I
god,
think the
I know what this is. They're gonna pick a corner. They're gonna pick Farley.
Or they're
That's
going
why
to
they
take
traded down.
Who? The Vikings?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mike Zimmer's obsessed with.
Or they're gonna
corners.
take
He is
Mac
obsessed
Jones.
with corners.
Mac Jones is Kirk Cousins
Mac
2.0.
Jones is Kirk Cousins 2.0. I don't
Right.
want him with Kirk Cousins.
But I'm just saying that maybe the Vikings are like, we see this as a good fit.
Yeah, the Vikings did think Kirk Cousins.
Well,
was gonna
New
lead
England's
the
coming
promised
up.
land.
They could just go with Mac Jones. Everyone seems to
No,
think that's the
please
move.
no.
But I could see that happening.
You're better off starting Cam.
Ooh, that's a good point. Jake Brown is someone who I follow on Twitter, and he just pointed out that Becton and Elijah Vera-Tucker are going to be on Zach Wilson's blind side. That is
Yes.
good protection.
Good for him. Setting up for success.
They are.
Unlike Sam Darnold.
Well, now we have, though,
They played him.
the Patriots.
Becton was a good move, but they didn't add on to that with Sam Darnold.
And
They
it was
got
also towards the end of the time they gave him.
Yeah,
Like
they
they
got
did it
Chuma and
last year.
Adoga in the third round, and then they didn't even allow him to really play. I don't know. I didn't like what the
Mac
Jets did.
Jones, though, to the Patriots right here. Let's do it. Let's just make it happen.
I'm
JOK.
kind of feeling it.
I'm feeling it too. I'm just like,
JOK.
all right.
I
You think JOK?
That's what I had down.
I think
But
the Patriots will go Davis Mills in the second. Or no. The Patriots will end up getting Mond, and they'll have him develop under Cam Newton.
Yeah, but just like the vibe, I would really like them to get Mac Jones. Because it would just like...
You just don't want the Steelers
Mac
to have any
Jones-
chance of picking him at 24. You don't fool me.
No.
I just feel like it is going to be Mac Jones.
Oh, man.
It would be such
Here's
a
the thing.
Patriot pick.
Because of the connection with Bill Belichick and Nick Saban, but also the viral clip of Bill Belichick at Mac Jones' pro day where he didn't seem that impressed.
Maybe he... Well, Bill
I
Belichick
already
is the
saw it.
master in disguise.
You did see it?
Yeah, should I tell you?
Yeah.
It's Mac Jones.
Really?
There we go. I love that.
Why
I don't
are
know
we
why.
so behind on this? They
Yeah,
haven't
why
even
is our
announced the Jets pick yet?
Why is our stream just
Let's
such a
go.
nightmare?
I'm so happy because that means he can't get picked by the Steelers. Yes.
Well, I hope he does well.
I mean, that's great that they tied their wagon to him because I really don't think he's all that. So
Maybe Bill Belichick was just acting at Mac Jones' pro day to throw people
I was
off.
just thinking that. Like, that's something he would do. Makes sense.
I
Cam
think
Newton's
this.
in trouble, by the way, because Mac Jones could start day one.
he could. Yeah. He's the most ready.
Well, but
I guess.
here's the thing. I never felt the Patriots were as sold as Cam as they've been acting like they are. Like, I think that.
No, I didn't either.
He was terrible last year.
Yeah, I
mean,
think that they. Wow, Mac Jones is a New England Patriot.
That's so perfect. And I'm
It's
happy.
weirdly perfect.
I'm happy about
It
it.
makes sense.
I hope he does well. I hope Bill Belichick turns him into a freak because I'm just ready to see him with a new quarterback.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see like how that develops.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think now, this is the thing with the Patriots. I was talking about this with Steve Weish. They spent so much money in the offseason to fill all their needs. And now they can go depth. I mean, this is a depth move that's obviously going to be a long-term move. But, like, right now, they don't need a quarterback. Technically, they're fine with Cam Newton, right?
Bill Belichick.
I guess.
I don't
think
like
Mac
Cam
Jones will
Newton
be
as a starting
starting.
quarterback, but I mean, like, it's already filled. So all their holes
Yeah.
are filled, and now they can just go. They can get him. They can get another receiver in second.
Right, but I
You
think
know?
Mac Jones will definitely be playing this year at some point.
I think he could start day one.
Right.
We'll see.
I feel like they're going to sit him at first.
Right.
They
but
probably will.
eventually, I think he's going to be taking over this year.
Interesting.
I love it.
By the way, I just saw Steffi say that. The Giants actually traded down. They hadn't traded down. What was it? Dave Gettleman had never traded down before. And the last time they traded down was like 84, I think. I don't know. There's something weird about, like, they never trade down.
Such a Patriots.
Here's something that I'm going to go bold, though, on this Cardinals pick.
Yeah.
I think they might take Etienne.
Oh, that would be great.
I see him working really well with what Kyler Murray does. I think the Cardinals might take Etienne.
Good. Do it. Ship it.
He's
I
the
don't like
fifth
it as a
running
Rams
back in
fan.
the draft.
I'm just saying, I know it's like really insane and people are like, why not Harris? I just feel like this could be a thing. I don't know. I'm probably wrong. I'm actually pretty sure I'm wrong. I just can't get over that Mac Jones is Patriot.
Isn't it perfect?
It's just oddly perfect. Bill Belichick saw Mac Jones and he's like, we're going to get
That's
7.
my quarterback.
Oh, my God.
I love it.
And again, like Twitter has seen these before, or Arizona more than likely is going to go Caleb Farley.
The only other person I want to go now is Travis Etienne before the Steelers. And then I'd be happy with whatever because they can't screw it up, really.
You don't want the Steelers to take Etienne?
I don't like him.
I
think he's just
am
more of
indifferent.
like a weapon than like a running back. Like he reminds me of like Cordarrelle Patterson. As in, yeah, he's athletic and he's explosive, but where do you... I just don't see him being that successful as like an every down kind of running back.
Yeah. Man. Justin Fields is a Bear and Mac Jones is a Patriot and all 5 quarterbacks are gone.
And if you need a quarterback, yikes. I like
Yeah.
Davis Mills as my 5th quarterback. Actually, Mac Jones is my 6th.
Do you think at this point someone trades in the first for Dave because they
No
panic?
Because
You don't
I
think?
like Davis Mills, but he's a 2nd, in my opinion.
I think he is too, but if you see that all these quarterbacks are gone, you think someone panics.
I think someone would panic and they would pick like. Here's the thing.
Just look at the
if
way
they
he
went,
walks.
If they went super upside, if they went all upside, they would go with Mond, right? His athletic profile. If they went trying to have a guy that could start early on, Kyle Trask. And there's one team that really values Kyle Trask. It's an unnamed team, of course, so who knows that they even exist. But I saw a report that one team values Kyle Trask like ahead of like most of the top quarterbacks.
Well, I saw that the Steelers value Kyle Trask above one of the top 5.
I hope to God they're not for you.
I forgot about him, so
If
yeah.
they drafted him at 24, you would
Yeah.
cry out command.
I'd leave. I'd just go home.
Someone in the comments just said, "Hey Alexis, who is your favorite team?" The Rams. I do Downtown Rams with Jake.
Yep. Your favorite.
So they
team
are
is
my
the
favorite
Rams.
team. But they don't pick tonight or ever on night one.
Hopefully they do not.
Hopefully they do not pick tonight. I keep refreshing to see what Arizona's done. I don't think it's in yet. Honestly, who cares? I feel like this Mac Jones news is taking over the airwaves right now.
I just want to see the memes about his body compared to Tom Brady.
It's good that we're doing this stream because if I was just watching alone, I would just be throwing stuff onto Twitter. That's what I saw.
Yes, it's perfect.
Oh my God.
It just makes sense. You can't. It's like the inevitable, like you can't resist it.
The only thing is Tom Brady was a 199th overall pick.
Right,
And
you
Mac
had to
Jones
go
is the 15th overall, but
for a dad bod quarterback, but it's fine.
Hey, maybe Mac Jones will get the Patriots 7 Super Bowls.
Sure.
I mean, we don't know.
Yeah, I just
Anything
think
is possible.
I think it's too high, but don't get me wrong. I think he can start day one. Highly productive, with Alabama. Obviously, watched every Alabama game. But I don't know. I would have liked to see New England go up and try to get Fields.
I actually follow a lot of Patriots fans on Twitter. I wonder how they're feeling. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen any Patriots fans like that excited.
Mac Jones' slide from number 3 to number 15 cost him about $13 million guaranteed. I don't think he cares. Look at that guy. Right on, man.
He was never going to 3 though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't think he.
That was all.
Chris Sims started that. He was like, it's the perfect fit for the 49ers. They're going to take Mac Jones at 3. I was like, bro, that makes no sense. But then he got
Cardinals
everyone
pick is in. Refresh Twitter. I'm not seeing it. I guess I don't have it. I think most likely this is Caleb Farley.
This is where I had him going. I think it makes sense to be a flashy pick. Flashy off-season for the Cardinals, so I wouldn't be surprised. I also could see them going with Bateman here. Wouldn't be surprised if they went up and got another receiver.
Why? I feel like they just have so many.
Yeah, but think about it. AJ Green, older. Is Fitzgerald back, or did he retire? I think he retired. No, he's back?
I think he's back, man.
So if he's back, then you have 2 old receivers. Christian Kirk's good, but is Christian Kirk better than Bateman? I wouldn't say so. I think Bateman.
Oh, no, he's a free agent.
Yeah,
right now.
Fitzgerald's not even there, so.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you have Hopkins, but. Ooh.
Did you see?
Adam, you were going to. I don't know if you'll like this pick.
Is it Najee?
You like this guy a lot. It's going to be Zaven Collins.
Oh, okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not being able to draft him.
So you didn't want him to be a Steeler, potentially?
We need offensive linemen, bro.
I know,
that's
but
priority
I
number
still
one.
feel like they'll probably not draft an offensive lineman.
Probably not.
And
no.
if they
It'll
don't,
be Trask.
You'd probably want it to be Zaven Collins, but
yeah, he would have been like the top defender.
It's a good move because it replaces Hassan Reddick, who finally got his feet under.
Isaiah Simmons and Zaven Collins. Cut it out, bro.
Is he playing at 270? Is he really, like, for real playing at 270?
I don't see why he can't. He's athletic enough to do it.
It's so stupid.
God, the Rams need to improve their offensive line. And the Seahawks. Oh, man, Russell Wilson.
That's crazy. Isaiah Simmons and Zaven Collins.
Yeah, that is wild. Well, I like this pick. I'm trying to think off the top of my mind what the Cardinals' depth chart is right now.
They have him at 259. Anthony Barr's. Well, that's what Cole was saying on my show, that he reminds him that Anthony Barr can kind of do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, that's a fair comparison.
He's really good at just, crashing through and creating havoc in the backfield. And, he's going to be another guy that they, can use, just like Isaiah Simmons, like you said. And it's a good move. I'm surprised that JOK is still there.
I'm not.
I think he was a better linebacker prospect.
No.
Now I think the
Ben
Raiders. Yeah.
Nah.
I think the Raiders go JOK or Christian Barmore.
I think the Raiders are going to go after the guy that they keep getting linked to, Tevin Jenkins.
That is actually true. They do desperately need offensive
I
linemen.
think if Tevin Jenkins goes here, Christian Darrisaw will fall to 24. And if the Steelers don't take him,
That would be concerning.
it's concerning because it would be saying that his medical is really scaring teams.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Why do you think Tevin Jenkins? I would think
Darrisaw.
defense.
They feel like Jenkins a lot.
I would think they're okay.
Well, think about it. They trade away Trent Brown, and
Yeah, no, that's true. You're right, but I guess I just don't want to believe it.
you like Tevin Jenkins?
Yeah, I mean, I like Tevin Jenkins or Darrisaw at 24. That would be.
Oh, I thought you didn't like Tevin Jenkins.
I don't like him as much as people were making him out to be, but
Yeah.
I still think he's.
I mean,
a
you're
first
getting a
round.
guy in
Yeah.
the 24th overall.
Right.
Well, could they trade down?
Potentially, yeah.
Because I don't see why they wouldn't if they have all those needs. I don't know if I'd pick in all my
Right.
slots.
I think people are questioning a lot the fit for Zaven Collins in Arizona, which it's kind of the same question that when they drafted Isaiah Simmons, that didn't make sense either.
Right.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Because Arizona's going to have Zaven Collins, Isaiah Simmons, Chandler Jones, and J.J. Watt.
That's pretty cool. That's gonna be a fun
I mean,
group.
that's pretty insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of athletes there.
People think that he's going to be Sam linebacker there in a 3-4. I'm reading out loud people's conversations on Twitter.
It's really funny. We were texting. That's really funny. Shot by Nolan. New England drafted the U.S. agent. It's funny.
Going to the bathroom.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Raiders can do a few things here. And I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up trading the pick either. But, I think that they could definitely go with Tevin Jenkins. I think they could go with JOK. They might not have expected him to be there. They lost Nelson Aguilar in the offseason. Maybe they go out and, they get a receiver like Rashad Bateman or something like that. But I feel like this is going to be an offensive pick, though. And
I feel like it's going to be Christian Darrisaw.
because here's the thing. That would make sense. Colton Miller right now is their left tackle, right? Richie Incognito is old. Very old, but he's going to be their left guard. They brought in Nick Martin in free agency from the Texans. They have Denzel Good at right guard. And Brandon Parker at right tackle. I think you move Brandon Parker to right guard, and then you either get Darrisaw or you get Tevin Jenkins. To me, at this point, Darrisaw's the better player. Tevin Jenkins is the better fit. You want your a better run blocker to be your right tackle. So your right tackle should be better against the run. And with Darrisaw, I feel like, he's more of a pass pro type of guy, very well put together. But as far as Tevin Jenkins, he's a monster in the run game.
Yeah.
So I think that they would be able to plug him right in there, kick Brandon Parker out of NCANT, third-round pick from 2018. They could kick him right in at right guard. And I think that's going to be the pick. You saw the pick.
Alex Leatherwood.
Wow.
Interesting. Some people think he's the best offensive tackle in the draft, which is insane to me.
He's not. He's pretty good, but I don't know. I don't know about that.
I mean, I think regardless. So
That's pretty high for Leatherwood.
the Raiders picked Leatherwood.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I just think regardless.
Like Adam did a pretty cool video on him. You could check it over on Adam Steele. And I mean, like you would say he's like a good prospect, but he's not 17th overall.
Well, if Darrisaw is there and Jenkins, I would take both of them over him first.
It's
So.
just weird that.
I just think regardless they needed to get an offensive lineman. But guess who's back on the clock? Or should be.
Miami?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Najee Harris. Najee Harris. I feel it.
All right.
You really want Najee Harris to go to Miami?
Yeah. I just want to be right about it. I don't care about
You've
Miami.
been hitting on some stuff pretty
She knows her
consistently,
stuff.
Yeah.
I think that this could be Harris. I think that they like that idea of having the Alabama trio together.
That would be cool. That'd be a vibe.
It would be a vibe. It would just be an AFC West of Alabama alums. Because you got Mac Jones now, AFC West.
Yeah. I'm just
Everyone's dissing Mike Mayock for this pick. I mean, listen, Alex Leatherwood's going to be fine. But,
you just had two better options, I feel like.
yeah, I think that Jenkins and Darrisaw are much better.
Yeah. Interesting.
I mean, what else can Miami take next?
Raiders make a pick. Crowd silence.
Yeah.
So Alex Leatherwood, I mean, I think he's got good size for the tackle position. Some people would say he's a guard. And they do say quick feet, which is definitely something I've noticed. The experienced player at Alabama, played left tackle for the best program in the country. But I just don't know, like long term, is Leatherwood going to be one of the premier tackles? Because he kind of needs to be if you're passing on guys like Darrisaw and you're passing on Tevin Jenkins. And like I was saying, if they're going to move Colton Miller to right tackle, cool. I think he's actually pretty good against the run, so you'd have him at right tackle. But if you're going and getting a guy that will help in the run game, I'm loving this celebration. If you want a guy that is going to help you in the run game, I think Tevin Jenkins was the better fit.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So,
Well,
what's up, Brandon? How we doing?
man, I need coffee.
Me too.
Tomorrow night, I'm shotgunning coffee because I have to wake up early.
Yes, you do.
So we have to wake up early because
Yeah.
you're my driver.
Well, I'm going to wake up earlier than you, so.
That's true. Well, Miami's on the clock.
Yeah.
A Green Substance, thank you for the donation. What position will we pick first tomorrow? I'm guessing linebacker. Man, I have no idea.
You're hoping linebacker, right?
I think it's
I-
corner or edge.
Yeah.
I think it is going to be offensive line.
Really? It depends on who it is. I'd probably like it, but
I think, Creed Humphrey.
he won't be there. I think
I
there's
don't
a
think
chance
he'll
the
be-
Steelers pick him at 24.
Who?
Creed Humphrey.
Nah, that's too early.
I mean,
All right, guys.
I think at
You
this
guys heard,
point.
nah, that's too early. You better clip that.
I know.
Put it on
I'm-
Twitter.
Listen,
It's
I'm
happening.
Knowing me, I'll jinx the.
Every Steelers fan hates you now.
Yeah.
Damn it, Adam Steele. I thought you were one of us. Webster says Mason Rudolph extension.
I'm very interested in.
Yeah,
who
he
the-
signed a 1 year.
Someone get Alexis coffee stat.
Yes, someone, please.
All we have, Corona, water,
And White Claw.
and White Claw.
I'm not opposed to drinking a White Claw on a
And
different night.
I think stale, like cold fries. in a bag.
Yeah.
Yes, we did have 5 guys before this. That was, I don't know if it was just so amazing or I was so hungry, but the way that I devoured that was almost disgusting. Like how quick I ate that burger and fries.
Oh man.
Please
Pick is in.
be
Come on,
Etienne.
Twitter. Tell me who it is.
I hope it's Etienne.
Okay.
Oh, you know.
It's Jaelan Phillips.
I was
Oh.
just gonna say there hasn't been
Holy
a pass
crap!
rusher
Yeah,
pick,
dude, there hasn't
and I
been one
literally,
edge rusher.
I literally had him going there
That's
in
fun.
my latest mock.
What did I
He's
s-
from Miami too, right?
Yeah, what did I say earlier? People,
Love it.
they like to take prospects from schools who,
You did say that with Washington.
yeah, they liked,
Look
yeah.
at you.
So I'm okay. Jaelan Phillips is staying in Miami.
So okay, so Jalen Phillips is the best pass rusher in
Najee
this
Harris to
draft.
Miami.
I'm sorry.
Would
Dad.
anyone else take a running back before Pitt at this point? New
Uh,
York wouldn't. Washington
Before Pitt?
wouldn't.
Oh, Pittsburgh.
Indy
You mean?
wouldn't. No.
Washington wouldn't because they have
No.
They just-
Antonio Gibson, Saquon
Tennessee
Barkley,
wouldn't.
Jonathan Allen, or Jonathan
Minnesota
Taylor,
wouldn't.
Derrick Henry, Minnesota. Yeah. Oh yeah. So
So
Well, I'm
Najee-
saying
Will probably be there, which means they'll probably take him.
natural rusher, loose and flexible Montez Sweat. I wouldn't say he's
I don't
Montez
see
Sweat.
Montez Sweat.
I
yeah.
think he's way along. Montez Sweat was a little more raw.
Yeah.
I think this guy, I mean, you already know what I'm going to say. Brett Coleman called him a mixture of both Watt
Right.
brothers.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean he's going to be as good as both Watt brothers, but I do think he's an elite pass rusher in this draft. I think that he wasn't getting enough talk,
He looks good.
and he tormented Trevor Lawrence as we're seeing on there. So I think this is a great pick for Miami. And once again, Brian Flores just they continue to build up that Miami that defense. They go out and they get Jalen Waddle. I mean, right now Miami's having the best draft in my opinion. You go out and you get Waddle and Phillips. Those two guys got elite grades from me. My number one pass rusher and my number one wide receiver head to Miami. And this is already a really good football team that should have made the playoffs last year. So good for Phillips, former transfer from UCLA. He actually played this year while Russo sat out. So Gregory Russo, who had 15.5 sacks the year prior, he sat out. Jalen Phillips stepped in, was huge for the Hurricanes, and he's going to stay in Miami.
Good for him.
I always wonder when they have those hats, do they just have all 32 teams?
They must.
I'm
They-
assuming.
No, they airdrop it immediately.
I'm assuming because that would be really funny if they didn't.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah, they have
must.
to. Well, okay, now we could see another situation. We could see Virginia Tech offensive tackle go to Washington.
Yeah.
Because that's who's up.
you could see
Next.
that.
That's what I think is going to happen.
So you have Darrisaw at Washington. I think they go JOK. Adam, who do you think
That's who I
Washington
think-
goes?
Yeah. I would say tackle.
Yeah.
Offensive line, yeah.
It's starting to
I'm just
set in
so-
that you guys are going to get Najee Harris.
I'm
isn't
so
it?
married to the what? Oh, the Steelers? Yeah, probably.
I feel like a team might scoop
So
him.
predictable and boring, but yeah, probably.
I feel like a team might cut them off and scoop him.
I mean, it would shake things up.
You'd be like, I don't want to love it, but I kind of
Right.
like that idea.
Just make it a little exciting, you know?
Yeah, well, and also what you don't want to see is that he falls there and Darrisaw is there, and it's like,
That's true. Well,
You know.
if Jenkins and Darrisaw are still there and they go running back, I would be very upset.
it's like, who is he running back?
Yeah.
Which Najee's good enough to run through contact, but
Yeah.
like
But I'm looking for the long-term plan.
worst run game since 1940, right?
Something like
Something
that. Yeah,
like- it
back
was
in the
horrible.
19, yeah.
I think a lot of that has to do with their coordinator. So you think?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. He
I just
didn't
think some of the plays they called were just beyond head scratchers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I think Matt Canada's going to do a great job. If they go Najee, they have a really good scat back, change of pace back, and Anthony McFarland, who they
Yeah.
drafted pretty high out of Maryland, who
Yep.
Canada knows. So
Yep.
I'd like that. Would be a nice fit. I think Najee, like I told you on the AJ show, I think that's going back to Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, I mean, they're different, but
It's just
it
like,
would be, you'd get 4 or 5 years out of them, and then
but Ben is the best when he has a running back he can rely on.
he's
No
the best
doubt.
when he has an offensive line he can
Well,
rely on.
that's true. but-
I mean, it's very possible that because this is Washington is 19, 20 is the Giants.
Wow.
Right.
Then you've
Giants
got
could get
the
Darrisaw.
Colts, Titans,
And Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
It's possible Tevin Jenkins could be there at
Yeah.
24.
Yeah.
Paul wants to know if we're going to SoFi this year. We do not know yet, Paul. There's a lot up in the air, but we would obviously like to go
What was the question?
if we were going to SoFi.
Hopefully. I really hope so.
It'd be a lot of fun.
I mean, I'm going to go to some Rams games this season in other cities. But
It's like, go figure, last year. It's like all these games on the East Coast and couldn't go. Okay. So, pick is in for Washington.
which means
I think it's JOK, but you think it's Darrisaw.
I think JOK makes a lot of sense, but
I'll go JOK. Just out of wanting the tackles.
Oh, that is a good pick.
Jamin Davis.
Oh, wow.
Jamin. Is that
That athleticism, yes. Jamin Davis out of Kentucky. A mixture of Corey Littleton, who you Rams fans well know, and Zach Cunningham from the Houston Texans. I just think...
That's
wait,
surprising.
over
when you-
JOK?
Well, I don't... Here's the thing. JOK is the best linebacker on the board. But and what I was telling Adam with my rankings is that it's all about Arsenal. What do you bring to the table? What do you already have, like, in going into the NFL? And that's how I rank you. And I feel like Jamin Davis has a chance to be better than JOK long term. I think JOK, I'm more comfortable saying he's going to be a better player. But Jamin Davis, his athleticism is going to allow them to do a lot. He's always around the football. He's a freak athlete. You're at 4.4 at linebacker because now this has become the norm. And they don't really have a linebacker. Remember we were going through that? Cole Holcomb is their best linebacker, arguably.
Yeah.
So they go out, they get Jamin Davis. He's going to be able to cover everybody. Like, that's what he does. The only problem with him, he started 11 games.
Yeah, he's like Bud Dupree coming out. Honestly, that's what he reminds me of. Super athletic, but limited production.
Kentucky, once again.
But translate. I think he's going to be good. I like him.
I do too.
Yeah.
What's interesting is New York now could still take who I originally had them taking at 11, which is Kwity Paye.
Well, New York has, they have absolutely killed the draft because they traded down. They got all those picks because they basically sold it off to the Bears like, this is a franchise quarterback you are essentially trading up to get. And so the Giants here could end up with, Slater's gone, Darrisaw or Tevin Jenkins. And here's the thing. I do still like Andrew Thomas. I'm not done with him. But if they want, they could kick him in at guard. I like Matt Parrott at right tackle. But they could add somebody there. One of those two tackles. JOK's there. Caleb Farley's there. Like, they have options. And I'll tell you right now, Patrick Graham's defense last year was phenomenal. Got better over time. Giants missed the playoffs by one game without their best player in Saquon Barkley, who they're essentially going to get back this year. Don't be surprised. I think the Giants, they've really knocked out of the park just by making that trade. We have to see them actually produce with the pick, but, it's lined up pretty easy for them not to fail in that regard. So, it's funny that some people thought Jamin Davis was going to fall to the Rams at 57. The way he was trending, there's no way. His athleticism is just through the roof. But also, just when you have a guy who has a nose for the football like that, is constantly around making plays, interceptions, forcing fumbles. He's the guy that's diving on the fumbles. He can rush the passer. He can cover. Tackling machine. Just, the only thing is he only played 11 games. But, started 11 games. But like I said, and he's going to offer ability in the special teams game. That's why, all of that is the reason why I call him a Corey Littleton and Zach Cunningham hybrid. He's a little skinny. He seems really slender in frame, which really reminds everybody to Zach Cunningham.
Isn't it funny, though, how, just a few teams picking people you didn't expect have pushed down, a handful of really good players?
It also kind of goes to show you we never know what the
Yeah.
board really is.
No, I know.
You know.
I'm trying to see what Matt Voldovinos.
Oh yeah, the biggest Washington.
Washington.
Fan. I almost said the word.
I said it earlier.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Don't cancel Alexis.
The
Hashtag.
bad word.
Still takes time to get used
How
to.
about the fan that was at the bowling alley? Remember him, bro? The 80-year-old
God
guy.
damn it, yes.
Yes.
Oh man, he punched his nephew in the head.
He was such a
I
legend.
think Matt likes it.
He should.
I'm just scrolling
It's a
through
really
Twitter.
Good pick.
I'm just liking the Mac Jones.
I mean,
I don't
JOK is awesome, and he's the best linebacker. But I will say, I
see.
mean,
So
like,
stupid.
yeah, the memes and gifs during draft
Uh.
is just.
That's so great.
Okay, I think the Giants take who I originally had him taking because he's still here.
I think the Giants should trade down again.
Who's trading up?
Oh well, let's look. So Tampa Bay, no. Baltimore, maybe. They have 2 picks. Green Bay, probably not. But if they like Bateman here, that would probably be their best. I don't think they go wide receiver. New Orleans, they missed out on their quarterback. Bunch of quarterbacks there. Baltimore again, no. Cleveland, they could if they really like a guy. Like they really have a stacked team. Jacksonville, if they think Etienne is not going to make it to them, they could go with him. But here's the thing. It's been Najee Harris to Pittsburgh for like the last 3 weeks. Every team knows that Pittsburgh wants him. If those reports are true. So if they're true, how are you not trading up here if you want Najee Harris to try to jump Pittsburgh?
Because maybe no one else really wants him that bad.
I mean-
What are you trying to say?
I mean, I'm just saying, like maybe no one else.
I agree. No, I agree. Yeah. It's also the worst kept secret. So if you really wanted to, you would just do it. You'd be like, well, Pitt's gonna take him.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad. It's back when like Vernon Hargreaves went to like the Bucks. Like everybody knew it was happening.
Right.
And it was just like
You gotta keep that under wraps like a little bit, man. Like,
it just is
you gotta
weird.
try.
It's like why like I'm proud of it, like I'm not embarrassed. Like okay, but like telling everybody who you're gonna pick and leaking that information.
Wow.
It's in. What is it? Who is it?
Kadarius Toney
Wow.
to the Giants.
What?
That's weird to me.
So
Wow.
they're gonna have a ton of weapons.
This
don't
is
understand.
basically telling Daniel Jones you have no excuse. You
Yeah.
have none. I am a little surprised it's Kadarius Toney, but actually looking at the receivers that they have, it actually somewhat makes sense. He's basically like maybe a little like I'm looking at John Ross, and I feel like he's just replacing John Ross.
I guess with me is that I think Kadarius Toney could have gone in the second, and I like the trade down.
I think Baltimore would have taken him, honestly.
That's
one of their
where-
picks.
Potentially, yes. I think the pick is really like it's a great player, a great prospect. I don't love the fit because you have Darius Slayton, who is your guy that can take top off defenses. Kenny Golladay is the guy that will go up and pluck the ball out of the air. You have Sterling Shepard. You have John Ross, who you signed. You have Dante Pettis. I don't
What
love
I
this.
what I think they're doing is I think it's gonna be. Well, yeah, you're right because you basically just drafted your wide receiver 4.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I mean, one of those guys will get demoted, but it's like Zach Fulton right now is your right guard. And you have Darrisaw and you have
Yeah.
Tevin Jenkins sitting there.
Yeah, I don't love this. I don't love this, and people know that the Giants are my second favorite team. So this is a little confusing to me unless
Yeah.
they trade. I mean, they could trade away Sterling Shepard, maybe to the Packers. I don't know. It just to me, it looks like they would need to get rid of him or John Ross, but they just signed John Ross, I think.
Yeah, see, like, I could have seen them going Caleb Farley here. I could have seen them bolstering their defensive line with a Barmore or, a Levi Onwuzurike. It seems like a reach to me because I feel like Bateman was a better option.
I don't
Why
think
is
it,
that
I don't
red
feel like
light
it's a
going off?
reach.
The red light going off? Does that mean anything?
No, it's always on.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because it was just starting to show up against my computer. It wasn't before.
Oh, it always does. See how they blink on that?
I don't
they're
think
fine.
I don't think Toney's a reach though. I think he was going to go to Baltimore.
Well,
Worst
Toney's
case.
great.
Yeah.
I want to make that very clear. I'm not bashing Toney. I'm confused by the fit because
Sure, the
you have a
fit's
lot of
a
guys
question.
there. But
Yeah.
Toney's awesome. I mean, he's essentially watching Tavon Austin in college, but just like running people over as a running back, and a guy that I think is going to translate day one.
I just think they should trade Sterling Shepard now. I just don't, because I don't see the need. Like, you basically now have 5
This had to
starter.
be them saying we're done with Sterling Shepard. And I get that point because here's the thing: if you trade Sterling Shepard, all of a sudden this makes a lot of sense because Sterling Shepard. I guess the thing you could argue is that his biggest issue has been availability. He's been hurt a decent amount, so I could see that. I just think Kadarius Toney kind of gets them back to having that OBJ type of player that can help, not only stretch the field. Obviously, he can do that, but just what he can do after the catch. You saw what he was doing in that highlight reel on the NFL Network if you're watching their feed, running through people. That's what he does. So, yeah, I like the player. I don't love the pick. I don't love the fit.
Right, the fit.
I don't like the fit, but here's the thing with the next pick is the Colts. I had them taking Caleb Farley, and he's still there.
I don't think they'll pick Caleb Farley. This is actually a dream scenario for Ballard here. Ballard could probably trade down with Minnesota or Tennessee because they can't trade down with Pitt. But they could trade down with one of those teams, maybe pick up a third, because Chris Ballard knows how important it is to protect the quarterback. They go out and get Carson Wentz, a guy that's had issues with injuries. But the biggest thing about this move here is that they'd be able to go out and get their left tackle of the future, who's fallen into their lap in Christian Darrisaw.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because I think Costanzo retired. You have a really good offensive line. I mean,
It makes too much sense.
Yeah.
Honestly, I see them going tackle.
but I also know how Chris Ballard likes things. He likes to trade down. I won't be surprised if it's a little minor trade down so they can pick up a third rounder.
It might be.
I'm
I'm not
now,
sure.
There's a lot of good
I was
offensive
kind of
tackle
hoping-
talent out there.
I was kind of hoping they would go in the second if he was there, which I don't think he will be, but like Eichenberg, just to reunite with Quentin Nelson.
Oh yeah, I don't think. He'll
But
go
I
that
don't.
high.
I don't. Yeah.
I think the second, yeah. He's like a top 40 prospect, top 50. I think with it's Eichenberg, not Eichenberg. I don't know how to say his name.
Oh, you might be right.
I don't know.
I never
I've heard
remember.
Eischen.
I've heard Eischen.
Eichenberg?
I've heard Eichen.
It could
No,
be
it
from
is
someone who
Eischen.
doesn't know.
Okay.
And I always get names wrong.
I
all
wasn't
the
correcting
time.
you because you're the Notre Dame fan.
I know.
So like I literally was like I don't know how to say his name.
I get names wrong literally all the time.
Me too. I get harassed on YouTube.
Dude, I feel so bad for you. Like when you were,
You've
you're like
seen the comments?
Deshaun Watson, like, and then they're like, at nobody, Adam Deshaun Watson.
Well, that's funny, but
And
there's
then-
some people who actually get like triggered over it.
Dude,
Like, bro, it's-
what was it? The one, Dwayne Haskins or Dwayne.
yeah, Dwayne. I've heard. Oh God, who else?
I mean,
You did one mock draft video and people
Oh.
were freaking out by how
Yeah.
you pronounce Quiddy-Pay.
No. Oh yeah, it was.
I always get his name
That was
wrong.
where I learned to say it right.
Apparently it's Quiddy-Pay. I don't know.
It's Quiddy.
Yeah, it's Quiddy.
I was told Quiddy.
No,
No.
it's Quiddy.
Quiddy.
It's
I don't
Quiddy-Pay.
Whatever.
Well,
I really
Adam-
don't care.
Yeah, it's not Quiddy Pie apparently because people freaked when I said that on a live stream.
Hi. Yeah.
Najee Harris is definitely going to be
I'm
there.
a Michigan
24.
fan, and I'll have you know that I'm very offended by you calling him Pie.
Why?
Because Indianapolis not going to take. They have so many. Tennessee, no.
Derrick Henry. Yeah, you're not doing that.
And then Minnesota.
Yeah.
Probably not.
I don't know how I feel.
I mean, listen, I have him as my number 1 running back in the draft.
Me too, but like, it's just. So
I just don't
predictable.
think, based on your needs, that he is your team needs that he's
Gonna make the biggest impact.
right. Like I think Tevin Jenkins will be there.
Oh, that would be great. I would take him over Najee, for sure. But they're gonna go Najee. Everyone knows it.
Appreciate the donation, AZZA. Jenkins to Colts, Nelson to left tackle. No, I don't see that. I think they would likely have Tevin Jenkins at. Well, they might move Braden Smith to left tackle, but with Sam Tebby and Julian Davenport as their options at left tackle, I think they'd be fine just putting Jenkins there right away. They have to replace. I mean, they lost. Losing Costanzo to retirement, they have to replace him, and I think they're going to do that. Well, they're going to do it with this pick. So Ballard is not trading down.
Trying to figure out who they took.
That's breaking news in itself.
What happened?
Ballard's not trading down. The pick's in.
Refreshing, trying to see.
Imagine JOK out of the Rams. Like, could you even imagine that?
No way.
If he
does not fall out of this round.
If he did and they didn't pick him, I'd be furious.
I would say some things. Okay. Refreshing because I'm trying to figure out who they picked, and no one said anything yet.
Oh my God, Renee, you're too much.
Deshaun Jackson gets hurt all the time, though.
I know. I hope he stays healthy. I think he can really thrive with Stafford. And McVay. I mean, that offense.
Okay.
Oh,
Pay.
I don't like this pick.
To the Colts. Quiddy Pay. Did I say it right?
It is?
Yeah.
I don't like this pick. You don't have a left tackle. I don't get this.
You know what I think is happening with Darrisaw is the injury concern. But Tevin Jenkins is there. And I think I just don't understand why people are not taking him unless there's something we don't know.
Well, also Dylan Ray Dunes and Sam Tebby. Not Sam Tebby. They have Sam Tebby.
I like Dylan.
No, Samuel Cosme from Texas.
Yeah.
Very, very athletic tackle. I don't like this pick at all. I'm going to be honest with you. My friend Evan back at home is probably watching this, and I'm sorry, Evan, but I do not like this pick. I'm not high on Quiddy Pay. He's a late top 10 pass rusher for me. I think he's solid, but doesn't have serious upside. And overall, I think he's a guy, he has to have his hand in the dirt. He doesn't really have the versatility to rush standing up. I didn't love his first step. I thought he was a little slow. I don't love this pick. And I know a lot of people think he's the number one pass rusher. So, a lot of people that think that will think that this pick's great and good for them. But I personally do not like this. I think Costanzo retiring is a no-brainer to me. You go out and get a left tackle. And when a guy like Christian Darrisaw, who to me is the second best tackle in the draft, is there, I don't know how you pass on him, personally.
I agree.
I don't like it. Yeah. I'm actually kind of annoyed. This doesn't feel like Chris Ballard, but, whatever.
I'm a little confused. I'm looking at their depth chart. I think they're thinking of replacing Tyquan Lewis with him.
I don't know. I mean,
I just don't know where they want to put him.
You spent 2 second-round picks in 2018 on Tyquan Lewis and Kamoko Toure. I don't understand. Ben Benogo, a second-round pick in 2019. Like, are those guys just done? Like, I don't know.
Someone said that they said, Alexis, what you don't know is that this is a deep draft for offensive tackles. I do know that, but I still think that, like, in this position, it's more about team need for me than it is. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, right here, Indianapolis.
I don't think it matters how deep it is. I think talent's talent, and I don't like this move. I think you need a tackle. Here's the thing, right? When you're the Colts, what needs do you have? Right now, their team looks really good. They have a lot. You have one, and it's left tackle. Because Costanzo, glaring need. You signed Sam Tebby and Julian Davenport in the offseason.
Yeah, and you have Carson Wentz. It's like,
I'm sorry, Sam Tebby's not protecting Carson Wentz.
We gotta protect. We gotta normalize protecting quarterbacks, man. I'll tell you what, we don't do it enough.
Well, Tennessee is up next.
Well, good to know that Jacob Eason will be playing this year if they don't go left tackle. So, I
I mean-
Sam Tabby's not protecting Carson Wentz.
You think Jake?
But again,
Jacob Eason will get
Jacob
in there?
Eason will get in there if Sam Tabby is their left
Yeah.
tackle. I have no
But
doubt.
as we've said, it is deep at offensive tackles. So, I mean, they could find a solid guy in the second round. But my thing is like, why would you not take a guy that is in the top 10? So to some people, he's top 5 offensive tackles. That's what doesn't make sense to me is when he's there, why would you not take him?
It seems like for the most part, the people that are commenting kind of agree with me. Like I don't see like why Pay is considered so highly ranked. He didn't even make the all Big Ten list. He was an honorable mention on the all Big Ten list.
Who?
Kwity Paye?
I guess.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, Titans here. They're picking Caleb Farley or Trayvon Trayvon or Trevor?
Trevon.
Trayvon.
Trayvon.
Yes, it is Trayvon. Trayvon Merring.
Maring. Morig.
No, it's Merrick.
I
No
agree
way.
with
That flipped my world upside down.
Dude, I thought it was Morig for like the whole offseason. And then someone hit me with Merrick, and I was like, wait, that does make sense.
Dang, dude.
Well, it's weird because a lot of these players you don't watch except for you watch their highlight video, and a lot of times they don't say their name.
That's true.
So you're watching it and you don't hear a pronunciation at all.
Yeah, I mean, like I go, and I watch like the all 22 tape, and you don't get announcers, so it's like I don't know how most of these guys pronounce their name. I've had to go back and literally check and see like how do you
So
pronounce this guy's name.
here's what I've had for the Titans. I've had them taking Elijah Moore. I know it's a little high,
That's pretty high.
but I think that they're going to reunite A.J. Brown, Elijah Moore. I'm not actually entirely sure that they were there at the same time. I think they were. But Ole Miss receivers, I don't
Checks
know.
out.
I just feel like that'll be the move. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong.
You've gotten some things right.
Well,
I don't think
Caleb
I've gotten
Farley
anything right, but
is
I
still
don't- I
there.
haven't been really. Oh, I got some stuff right early at the beginning when it was really obvious.
I got the first pick right.
It's been announced for 3 months.
No big deal.
I got it right.
Yeah.
Where's the praise?
People will do that.
No, let's see. I mean, their offensive line looks good, actually.
I understand what you're
They
saying.
could pick a tackle.
I
Who?
don't want to mess this name up.
Who?
The guy in the comments.
Shot by Nolan.
No, who's mentioning me? I don't want to. Do you know?
Renee
him?
House.
Yeah, Renee. I don't want to. I didn't want to pronounce your name wrong, so that's why I asked Jake. But yeah, I think you're right. I mean, they obviously think that they can get someone who is just as good, maybe slightly less, at offensive tackle in the second round. I mean, I would assume that's what they're thinking, but I still would have gone like Tevin Jenkins. I would have.
I mean, I absolutely would.
'Cause-
Or traded down. I wouldn't have picked Pay.
Well, I mean, especially because Carson Wentz is like injury prone. Like you already have a quarterback who gets hurt all the time. Like you would think that you would really want to solidify protection.
I just think looking
Yep.
at Tennessee here, I wouldn't be surprised if they take a tackle.
It's Caleb Farley.
Okay, I said that first, and then I said
Yep.
Merrick, and then I started talking about offensive tackle.
I like that pick.
Yeah, Farley is the best corner available. Probably should have gone a little bit earlier, but the back issue definitely pushed him down the board. I don't like back issues, but it seemed like something that has a really high success rate of healing and coming back from. So like I wasn't really too worried about it. Slight fall, he falls to 22, but this is a good pick. You have Janoris Jenkins. Then that's really it. You have Christian Fulton and Janoris Jenkins. They added Kevin Johnson, but then after that you have Breon Borders and Chris Jackson. So I think Caleb Farley is going to fit in there nicely. Also could have seen, kind of a combo safety / a guy that could play some corner as well in Trayvon Merrick. But this is where I kind of thought he could go. Wouldn't be surprised if like Dallas tries to trade back into the first round and grab him or something like that. But,
Trying to think of who's up now because
uh,
the Jets traded up for Jaelan Phillips with who?
well, it was 22nd,
Minnesota.
so it's Minnesota.
Minnesota. Okay, well,
Adam, the moment you've been waiting for is almost here,
Yeah,
and you
man.
feel like it's just spoiled.
It's very predictable, is what it feels like.
but could Minnesota go like Tevin Jenkins?
Yeah. I'd
JOK
say
is
so.
still there too. I don't know that they need him. Well, actually, like, let me do it in my head.
Minnesota, I might just take Darrisaw. I don't really like Minnesota.
Oh yeah, Darrisaw's still there.
Their offensive line is not something to brag about. I understand they drafted Ezra Cleveland. Okay, I was not high on Ezra Cleveland last year, so I wouldn't be a fan of that. They have Dakota Dozier. Garrett Bradbury is pretty good at center. Okay, but then you have Brian O'Neill, who hasn't really panned out. Pittsburgh 2nd-round pick from 2018. Oli Udo is a 6th-round pick from 2019.
Hold on.
They have Drew Samia, but they don't give him an opportunity. So really, they just have Garrett Bradbury, and I'm not banking on Dakota Dozier. I'm willing to bet they go Darrisaw.
Yeah, the only left tackle on their roster is Rashad Hill. So yeah, I think they're going Darrisaw.
Rashad Hill's not anything to.
No,
Right.
they have to go left tackle here. They have to.
I think they were developing Ezra Cleveland because he's a very athletic offensive tackle. They were developing him to be the left tackle. I don't see that, so I would absolutely pick Darrisaw here.
Isn't there an actor named Ezra Cleveland, or am I crazy? Oh no, Ezra Miller.
Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
I had to lower the mic because people were saying that they couldn't see me, but now I have to like. Downtown Jacksonville is literally lighting off fireworks because of Trevor Lawrence right now.
Oh, my
Good for
God.
them. It's probably fun down there right now,
It's the best thing to happen in Jacksonville.
huh? Yeah.
Ever.
Since ever.
But yeah, I would be entirely shocked if Darrisaw isn't the pick for Minnesota or Jenkins, but I think they'll go Darrisaw. Like slightly raise it.
It doesn't look like it's like.
No, I think it's if I sit up, if I have good posture.
Yeah, just don't slouch.
Just don't slouch, which is my problem.
Caleb Farley. All right.
You know what? I'm just like, I feel
I'll
like
try.
the Steelers are going to take Najee Harris, but like maybe they won't.
Maybe. But they will.
They probably will, but
But Tevin Jenkins is going to be there, or Darrisaw. Like, you're going to have either one of those guys there. I would take one of them before Najee Harris. So I'm going to be disappointed either way, basically, is what's going to happen.
let's see what people are saying. Is there a team left who would draft JOK in the first? Well, every team I think should consider it, but I just think I would think it'd be crazy if he fell out of the first round.
I can see the Ravens drafting him.
Yeah, the Ravens, even the Bills as well.
What about New Orleans? They have, like, what's their linebacker situation? It's not that
Yeah,
great,
that
right?
could. I would see more of corner for them, but yeah, they could take him. Really, all the teams left could take him. Even the Steelers,
Yeah, they could.
if they don't take Najee Harris. Renee commented again. Said the offensive tackles that are still available aren't trash. If that's what you're thinking, there will be guys in the second good enough to protect once. No, I totally agree. I think I've said that this is one of the deepest classes at offensive tackle that we've seen in a long time.
Derek Parra goes, I live in Jacksonville. This place sucks. Oh, that's funny.
Is that Micah Blue Yeti? It sounds great with Alexis because it's right in front of her and it's picking up you two. No, this is a Shure. I don't know the kind.
The Shure SM7B, I found it because of Joe Rogan.
There you go.
Joe
It looks so
Rogan uses
cool,
that.
too. It's like a little cylinder.
It looks very professional.
Yeah.
See if that does it. Does that do the trick? And we got nothing coming out. Cool, sick.
Trying to see
Well,
Minnesota's pick.
Renee, we're trying to fix that ticker for you because you wanted to get the stuff to crawl on the bottom. Oh. that would
Ben
help.
Larson is wanting Darrisaw.
I thought you said they drafted Ben Larson.
No, he wants Darrisaw. Our friend Ben Larson is a Vikings fan.
Oh my God, where is the RSS?
I don't see the Minnesota pick yet. It must not be out. I cannot believe it's 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
I can, but I can't because I have to be up so early tomorrow.
For what?
Work.
What?
She works.
Remote. We're going to that place tomorrow morning, though.
Sounds good.
I'm going to slam a coffee then. I'm going to slam a coffee tomorrow night for this. Any chance Asante Samuel for the Rams? Yes, the Rams love Asante Samuel Jr.
If he falls.
If he falls. I don't think he will.
I don't think he falls. Not even a little bit. Let's see.
I'm usually in bed by like 10.
Yeah, I'm usually in bed at 8:30 my time, so 9:30 here. Okay.
10:30 for me.
Yep. Vikings select Christian Darrisaw.
Yep, makes total sense. I mean,
Perfect pick.
Rashad
for them.
Hill isn't going to cut it at left tackle. The Ezra Cleveland project clearly is not going to go that well. So they'll probably keep him at guard. Brian O'Neill, I just there's so many reasons. Glad they didn't just pick another corner. At this point, that's where I'm excited for, I guess.
Now is the moment that we've all been waiting for Adam. The Steelers pick.
Yep.
He's anxious.
I'm not anxious, man. I already accepted my fate. I know.
I
who
don't
it
think
is.
it's something to
You
be
saw it?
upset about, though.
No, but it's Najee Harris.
I
Like,
know.
Come on. I saw it like a week.
You saw it?
Saw like a week ago
Yeah, I know.
on Twitter.
It's so annoying. This is such a big, it's a bummer. That's all I'll say.
It's cool, man. I got my video on deck, so I'll release it right when we make the pick.
I need to find an RSS feed for the NFL draft.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Watch the Steelers just they just make the pick, like back to back and out. Yep. Oh wait, never mind. I thought he said.
Look, see.
It just looked like that's what it said. Okay, so the pick is not in for the Steelers.
These Mac Jones photos they're showing are crazy.
Man. I wonder what he whispered in the ear of Goodell.
I don't know.
We did it. We did it, Roger.
Oh my god.
I really am curious who the Steelers. I mean, I do think it's going to be Harris, but I could see them going Jenkins because he's there,
Yeah.
or JOK's there. One of my friend. Oh,
Oh. Yeah.
they took him.
Yeah.
Najee Harris. Najee Harris is a Pittsburgh Steeler.
Great stuff, man. This was completely unexpected. Honestly, out of the blue. I'm thrilled. I'm ecstatic.
He's the best running back in the draft.
Yeah, he is.
But what line is he going to run behind?
I'm just curious though. Is your issue just that you don't think he will last that long?
My issue is that we don't have an offensive line.
Yeah,
That's
I mean
my
that
issue.
makes sense. Yeah, especially with Jenkins there. Well, a lot of guys there, honestly. But again, I think maybe this draft is so deep at offensive tackle that it's not unlikely that they can't grab a guy in the second that's starter worthy.
Yeah.
I mean, not Jenkins.
Yeah. It'll probably have to be a center, if anything.
Yeah.
Though I will say the great thing about him is you can plug him in right away. And he'll be your number one running back, and he'll be able to play. So that's cool. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have him and who?
Exactly. Benny Snell, Anthony McFarland.
Yeah.
I like Anthony McFarland.
I like him too, but he's not a every down kind
No,
of
this is a good thunder and lightning move because now you have, Anthony McFarland to go with Najee Harris.
Yep.
And, Matt Canada is going to want to
Well, I'm telling you,
You know.
Jacksonville is up now, and I think it's back-to-back running backs. I think they take Etienne.
Why the hell did the
Wait, they're
Steelers
up
make
yet?
it that?
Yeah, they are. They made that pick so fast.
They always make it.
They were like,
Why,
They don't build it up at all.
why did they tell everybody who they were picking?
I know.
I
They
think
were ballsy, man. They're like, we're picking Najee Harris, and you guys aren't going to do anything about it. And they had 23 people ahead of them.
The Steelers fans there look happy, but they just don't know. They don't know any better.
I just think that they probably figured that there was no one else who was really seriously looking at him, other than maybe Miami.
Why is it so hard to find an NFL draft RSS feed? I'll never understand.
I don't know,
Man, I will be so ecstatic if the Jaguars take Etienne. I really want that reunion, Lawrence and Etienne. Because I feel like we've already seen the Waddle and Tua,
Oh,
DeVonta Smith and Hurts,
oh, that's right. You did get it.
and now we could see Lawrence and Etienne. Burrow and Chase. So many reunions.
Source code. Aha, I got you now. This is so pathetic.
He's so old. He's 23.
Najee Harris?
Yeah, 23-year-old rookie. Yikes.
Just like keep refreshing this for the Jacksonville pick. I mean, although I will say if it's not Etienne, it could be an offensive tackle for Jacksonville.
Jenkins?
I mean, yeah, Cosme.
Cosme's very athletic.
Najee
mean-
looks good though, huh? And that velvet tux there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty fly.
Oh, now he put on a hat that's supposed to be Steelers, but you would never know.
Yeah.
The hats are awful every year.
Looks like
Man.
it's like Napa Auto Parts. like what? Oh, I got drafted by Napa. Like, bro, like what? Like Matt Forte? I don't see that.
I don't see that at all, bro.
He's honestly kind of similar to Steven Jackson.
He's great. I mean, he's going to be good. It's just our offensive line is still in shambles, so. Kind of a
I love when people tweet like running backs don't matter.
Of course.
I mean, I understand it, but I don't. Like, I don't agree.
I mean, if you think a player position in the NFL doesn't matter, I don't know what to tell you. I understand the logic behind why most people say it, but if you don't, I don't know. It just sounds stupid on the, just as it is. Ooh, I get to grade this Trevor Lawrence pick. I'm going to say it's a terrible draft pick. 5% people said that. Oh, Adam, let's see what your draft pick is.
Huh?
What would you grade your draft pick?
What do you mean?
You can grade it. There's a fan ballot.
I'll say good. Definitely not excellent. People are saying excellent. Of course they are.
The Rams just tweeted, with the 25th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Rams select Jalen Ramsey.
That is
Corny.
At least show the new jersey number. Apparently switched to 2.
I hate that.
I know.
I literally
I'm
hate
not
that
really a fan
rule.
of it. Leonard Fournette's gonna wear number 7. It's so weird. Number 7's a fire number, but still. I just think it's funny. People, like Patrick Peterson's like, I'm wearing number 7. I'm like, no one cares, bro. Like, I don't know.
Jacksonville's taking a while to get this pick in.
Adam's about to fall in love with Najee Harris.
I mean, I love him, but it's just, I know the offensive line is going to suck, man. It's going to be a struggle, especially with an aging quarterback. That's the last thing you want, but it is what it is.
It's true.
I'll probably get a Harris jersey, though. I mean, you know, because I have to.
I'm so annoyed that I got, but I'll get his jersey anyway. It's an abomination.
Come on, Twitter. Give me the Jacksonville pick. We want it. Unless they're trying to trade out.
I'm still trying to get this RSS feed.
I mean,
What?
I feel like this pick is taking forever from Jacksonville. My only assumption is that
They don't even have a feed? Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
They are greedy.
Why would they want to share it with anyone else?
Because it openly would say NFL Network or NFL.com or whatever.
Yeah, but nah.
Yeah, but yeah.
No, but I'm saying no, they wouldn't do that because it's them. It's, you know,
Yeah.
keep it for themselves.
I guess CBS. Try them.
let me go back to your guys' comments. Someone said the pick the Rams would have had. Yes.
Who? What? What pick?
This pick right
Oh,
now
okay.
is the Rams pick, but the Jaguars got it, and I think they're going to go Etienne. I don't know why it's taking so long, though. They might be trying to trade.
Yeah.
Someone just said pick not in, so it must really not be in. Interesting. If it's not Etienne, it's got to be an offensive tackle.
What just happened? Oh my god.
Jake is really trying to get this RSS.
I'm really trying. I'm like digging through all this source code. I'm over this. See the things I do for you, Renee? This is all about you.
Do you know Renee, like personally?
He's always on my stream, and he's a friend of my dad
Cool.
and I. He was on our Rams board for a while.
Gotcha.
Someone just said, why did the Colts take Quiddy pay? Didn't they need a left? Yeah, we talked about that. If you want to reiterate. Yeah, it makes no sense why they took him.
Not a fan. Wasn't super high on Quiddy Pay to begin with, and I just felt like it was a reach. Not a reach, but they had better needs, bigger needs, biggest need, left tackle.
Also, are we still sounding okay?
I think so.
Just want to make sure we sound fine.
I'm trying to. This is awful.
Okay, pick is in. It's Jacksonville. Let's
Thank
update
God.
Twitter.
None of these people want to share
About
their
time.
RSS feed with me.
Yeah, bro, they don't want it.
They're like, no.
It's all for them,
You
dude.
hag. NFL RSS feed. I'm about to fake cry.
Do it for real. I'll beat you up.
Travis Etienne to
You're
the
so
Jaguars.
smart.
Are you kidding me?
I knew
Look
it.
at you.
I knew it. Man, that's going to be insane. I mean, I don't think it's going to save the Jaguars, just
No,
them
it's
two.
not.
But
It's cool.
Another running back. Back-to-back running backs. I wonder if they make that pick if Najee doesn't go. Number 24. Your face.
I have no idea, bro. I'm running on like 2 brain cells right now. Cleveland, Baltimore. Oh, God. There's so many good players left. JOK, Jenkins.
JOK still there.
How is Jenkins still there? How do you not pick Jenkins?
How is JOK still there? Like, sorry, I didn't mean to smack you.
It's all right. I'm trying to tweet from a computer, and it's just not as...
That is a fee. It is a fee.
Look at... Has he been in that chair this whole time? Has Roger been in his chair
No.
this whole night?
I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know.
Do we ever?
Who knows what the
5'10",
RSS.
215. Dude,
I have no idea what the RSS.
have fun with that.
I think the Browns take JOK. Or Christian Barmore.
Jamal Charles is an interesting comp.
And I don't see it.
He's got good balance. Obviously he's fast. He can get to, the next level pretty quickly. And he definitely has, he can maintain the contact and everything. He can run through tackles.
I don't know, man.
He's pretty good.
These are highlights. You have to keep that in mind.
No, I know. But I think, his ability as a receiver definitely helps, too. He's not the best, receiving back I've ever seen. I think some people were they're overrating his receiving ability a
I
little
literally
bit,
saw someone say that. He's the best they've ever seen.
Yeah, I
was
don't
like,
see
dude,
that. But I
no.
think he's definitely a good player. Is he a first-round pick? I have him in a second-round grade, but, fifth
I'm telling
running back
you.
in the draft. But,
They're going to take Amari Rodgers in the beginning of the second round.
God, that would be a reach.
I know, but maybe not in the... They have 2 picks in the second round, but they're going to take Amari Rodgers. They're building the Clemson Jaguars.
I hate that so much. Trevor Lawrence, Travis. Okay, I didn't want to read that. It's cool.
The Browns...
They got Marvin Jones in the offseason.
I've never been this tired in my entire life.
That's a load.
I'm just thinking about, I still have to, go shower, go to
You
bed,
still have to check into your hotel.
check into my
You
hotel.
just came right over here.
Tomorrow's going to be insane for me. Tomorrow is going to be a real testament to my willpower. But it's okay. All right.
Tomorrow I might not be here for the whole thing.
Okay. Look at you. High profile.
I have to figure it out.
Yeah. Well, I hope you are. But if you're not, we'll just make fun of you. It's all
I had...
I would expect nothing less.
good.
Let's... You know what? Maybe Greg Newsome.
Greg Newsome. For the Browns, I think they're going to go with,
I think JOK, Christian Barmore, or Greg Newsome.
I would say JOK.
Hey, it's Greg Newsome.
Dang it.
Oh,
11 seconds.
I
Yep.
Okay.
didn't want them to. Dang it. I would have preferred JOK.
because, wait, why?
Because I feel like they wouldn't know how to use them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So now they have Greg Newsome, they have Troy Hill, they have Greedy Williams, they have Grant Delpit, John Johnson, Denzel Ward, MJ Stewart, oh God, Ronnie Harrison, Sheldrick Redwine.
Yeah, it's a great secondary.
That's scary.
They just are terrifying.
It's almost kind of... I'm wondering, where they're going to put Newsome because...
I would have gone linebacker.
I would have gone linebacker, too.
That's
Because unless Troy Hill's not going to start.
Troy
yeah.
Hill will be their starting nickel. They're going to have Newsome. I think what it is that they're preparing potentially to lose Denzel Ward, and they're hoping Greedy Williams takes the next step. This is a future pick, because Denzel Ward was 2018.
Yeah, and he really didn't have that great of a year.
He's a good corner, but...
Yeah, but also...
And it's probably best available at this point. This is a guy that's first on a lot of boards for
And Greedy
at corner
Williams
for people.
hasn't proven anything yet, so you're still projecting him.
That's true.
Now,
And honestly,
Baltimore could take JOK.
They just got Patrick Queen. That would really annoy me.
his brother's in this draft.
Queen's brother?
Greedy Williams. It's Trill Williams for Syracuse.
Oh, I thought he would have a different last name.
Hate you. All right. I'm told Jimmy asked for.
Wait, Jimmy asked for Trey Lance?
What?
He won.
Oh, his phone.
No,
number.
his phone number.
I thought he was like draft Trey Lance.
I can't wait to
And
hear.
then get me out of here.
I can't wait to hear how great of a teammate he is for wanting to call
Such a
Trey
good
Lance
guy.
up. Like this has never happened before. I mean, Aaron Rodgers didn't call up Jordan.
Oh,
Love
I think Greg
immediately,
Newsome is from Cleveland.
but- Oh, how about that?
So now Cleveland's got Troy Hill and Greg Newsome.
Yeah, I was gonna say Troy Hill's from Cleveland too. Baltimore has their pick of the litter at wide receiver. They still have. I mean, Bateman fell into a lap at 27.
I think they go defense.
I mean,
I don't know.
JOK is a perfect fit for them. I could see them going JOK. Aziz Ojulari, JOK. I could see it. I'm not frustrated the Rams don't have a first round pick. I've just gotten used to it, and I enjoy draft night. And I obviously enjoy doing live streams since I've done like over 50 of them recently.
You're the
So,
stream king.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
But yeah, Shane, I think the Ravens might do that. JOK is the best linebacker in this draft.
The best linebacker.
I'll say it over and over and over again.
Oh my god.
I know it's triggering you deep down.
I mean, it is a little rough. I mean, the AFC North just got Newsome and
Yep.
potentially could have JOK. And
Yeah.
who else am I missing? Baltimore. Oh,
Jamar
Cincinnati got
Chase.
Jamar Chase. Yeah.
Meanwhile, we got a running back we're gonna have for about 5 years, so that's cool.
Sick, bro.
Yes. It's fine.
I
though.
did not watch draft day today. I did not watch draft day today, Renee. I've never seen it.
What about the
actually.
song Draft Day by Drake?
Ugh, I don't like Drake.
Johnny Manziel.
Stop it. Cut her mic off.
Tate Martell. Yeah. Let's go.
Let's go.
No, the Tate Martell legend is gonna. We are getting his jersey. We will wear
Oh,
his
dude.
home and away jersey.
That's a great
on
idea.
the AJ show.
That's a great idea.
He's our favorite player now.
That is happening.
The
Yeah.
legend of Tate Martell.
Fun fact for people watching, it was raining today. And
What is?
because
What
I
is this,
just,
weather with Alexis? What
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
it's past weather. If you want to know what the forecast was, it was raining in Chicago and here. And
that's not nice. You said I suck.
that's okay. Back to my
We're
thing.
losing our minds. Clearly.
I got drenched in water, and Jake did as well, but it doesn't affect him as much because he doesn't have a long, luscious head of hair.
And he's not a witch.
Right.
Yeah.
When I get
Yeah.
rained on, this happens, and my skin starts to slowly
You're
melt
fine.
because I'm a witch.
Man. That's why I avoid the rain.
Yeah.
You don't want to see what happens.
Right.
It's bad.
That's why you were
Alexis
indoors.
Kraft with the Downtown Rams weather report.
I will continue to do that.
The weather report nobody asked for, but eventually wanted.
Yeah. See, why do the Ravens have to drag this out? Like, just
I am trying to
Just
figure
Just not
out.
everybody takes their pick immediately like
Yeah.
the Steelers at
I
him.
know. I wish they would.
I know. I feel like they're like paid. Like they're paid by the network to be like, all right, has to go to an hour. Steelers, you keep doing your thing. We're not going to stop you. Ravens, don't you dare turn that pick in.
Right.
Like because they drag it out.
Yeah. I mean, this has been 3 hours, 3.5 hours so far.
And I have so much to do still tonight. That's the bummer about this.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is we did all the setting up and we can leave everything here.
Yeah.
And hopefully we don't have to shotgun Mike tomorrow.
Yeah, we got fixed.
Tomorrow, that is what you should work on.
I'm gonna work on. You know me. I'm gonna work on a lot. I'm going to try to figure out how to do an RSS feed. We will see. I think the crawl on the bottom is so pointless, but I can't get rid of it because I don't
6
like
picks
it,
to
like,
go.
empty. But it's just like, oh, we have articles about Dwayne Haskins. Like, it's like, all right, bro. Like, that's cool. Dallas Cowboys NFL draft picks 2021 analysis for every selection.
Did you make that?
No.
Whose RSS feed are you using?
I have no idea.
You just pulled a random one?
I think it was CBS. Yo, CBS like owes me money because like I've been like no, because it doesn't say CBS on it, so like it's not even like promoting. It's just like Philadelphia Eagles NFL draft picks 2021 analysis for every selection.
Pick is in. Sorry, that was loud.
You're hype.
I'm just like trying to get. Is it?
I'm assuming.
I'm trying to refresh.
I'm assuming one of them will be Rashad Bateman. I think this is JOK.
Twitter doesn't have it yet. I think it's JOK too.
It's JOK.
What did Tevin Jenkins do to deserve this?
I honestly kind of.
There's a SpongeBob crying gif, and I don't know why you said Tevin Jenkins. What do you do to deserve this? And I just saw him crying. Alexis, show him.
Huh?
Go down. Adam, look. Adam, SpongeBob
What?
crying. That's what I was talking. So you said, what did Tevin Jenkins deserve to do to deserve this? And I saw that, and I just thought of Tevin Jenkins, like crying like that. Oh man. Well, anyway, he's gonna be a good pro, so it doesn't matter where he goes. But yeah, I think this is either JOK or Bateman.
Come on, Twitter.
Oh no! What if
Tell
the
me.
Ravens get Tevin Jenkins? He fits them perfect.
They need.
Why does no one have this pick?
Bro,
Yeah, so the Ravens,
no.
for those of you who forgot, the Ravens traded away Orlando Brown to the Chiefs and have the Chiefs pick later on, but they could use this
Rashad
pick.
Bateman.
Okay, it was Rashad Bateman.
Oh, okay.
I'm just bummed about that because I really wanted the Packers to get him, but I guess if Aaron Rodgers isn't staying in the Packers,
They
why
weren't
do
gonna
I
get him
care?
Anyway, yeah. Is he
Okay.
going to Denver? Where is he going?
We don't know. It's weird because you would think if he was going anywhere, they would have done it this draft.
No, I don't know. That's kind of
Okay, the Saints are up next, and maybe they'll take JOK. Someone please take him.
They could take Davis Mills here.
No cheating. Jason, I'm not cheating. I'm just refreshing my Twitter furiously. I'm utilizing my resources because we're behind on our stream.
All right, so Rashad Bateman, let's talk about him. Dude is a circus catch artist. We'll just say that. But he's going to be a great weapon for Lamar Jackson. And when you look at the secondary that Cleveland has put together, like, it doesn't surprise me that they want to go out and get a better receiver that might be able to create more separation, be able to, stretch the field a little bit, be a target in the red zone, like a Mike Andrews, But I don't know. What are your thoughts on that, Adam?
I think that it's still up to Lamar to make his weapons good, because I think he has weapons. I feel like people underrate his weapons just because he's not a premier passer right now. So good for him for getting another guy, but I mean, they drafted Marquise Brown. They have Mark Andrews, who's a top 5 tight end. They have a great stable of running backs. So,
yeah, to me, I saw him being with Rashad Bateman, it was a lot of highlight circus reel catches. And obviously, he can win his release pretty well and great in the red zone.
yep.
Spatial awareness is great. But the thing with him, and I think the reason he fell, is that he had a pretty weak first 5 games and then opted out. And the 2019 tape was great, but the 2020 tape didn't blow people away.
Right.
So I think that's why he fell in the first round. I think I saw him at the ceiling is that he was a top 15 pick.
I think he'll be better than anything they have as far as receivers for sure.
I wasn't a big fan of Hollywood Brown, to be honest with you.
Neither was I, but they
I
still
liked
drafted
Miles.
him first.
Miles Boykin out of
Yeah,
Notre Dame.
who they don't use at all.
They don't use him at all. I don't expect them to develop him. So, yeah, he's not even on this.
I mean, look at this. That's a good, stable of weapons right there.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Gus the Bus.
That's the boss, man.
Yeah, so the Saints are up now. And, I mean, I'm thinking they could be going out and getting their Brandon Cooks. They had Brandon Cooks a while back. They traded him away. I wouldn't be surprised if this is Rondale Moore. Play in the slot exclusively.
It's got to be a receiver.
I think Traquan Smith, who, he could play on the outside, was a 3 last year with Emmanuel Sanders. Guess where Emmanuel Sanders was used at? The slot. So I think they could use another slot guy. They had Marquez Callaway from Tennessee, UDFA, that impressed them, but he's more of an outside guy. So going out and getting, a slot receiver like, Rondale Moore, I think makes a lot of sense. So I could definitely see that. JOK is the best available, though, in my opinion, or, one of the best. So, I mean, right now, Andrew Dowell is one of the projected starters on the linebacker group. They did draft Zach Bond last year in the 3rd round, and, Demario Davis is getting older. So, they could use a linebacker. But, if they go need and potentially best available, JOK. But they could also go slot receiver. And if they go that route, then it'll be Rondale Moore.
I've had the Saints taking Marshall Jr. out of LSU.
Okay.
Receiver. Again.
He could work as a big slot. I kind of see Rondale as a better fit, but...
I just like that Louisiana connection. I'm telling you, these connections are real. I was just tweeting O'Shea Jackson Jr. because he's talking about how much he loves Justin Fields and everything. And I'm like, don't tell me you're leaving the Rams. He's like, nah. Okay, you're going to like this pick. Peyton Turner.
No. Are you kidding me?
Nope. Peyton Turner to the Saints.
I just got stabbed in the heart.
That's early for him, huh?
It's not.
Well, you said he would be there in the 2nd.
I told you. Well, I said
you were hoping.
I thought he would, right? I thought he could be, but he's the 3rd best pass rusher in this draft.
Well, I think he's good. I do think this is a little high for him, but what I'm interested now is that leaves some receivers for Green Bay.
Well, yeah. I think Peyton Turner is going to immediately... Well, first off, they traded 2 first-round picks to trade up and get Marcus Davenport out of UTSA in the 1st round in 2018. And then they get Trey Hendrickson, who was the East-West Shrine Game MVP, I want to believe, in 2019. They lose him in free agency. He goes to the Bengals. So this is to replace Trey Hendrickson. But the interesting thing here is that this kind of shows me, in a sense, they're not as high on Marcus Davenport. They went out and got Tano Passanon from Kansas City. I don't know. I mean, I think, they didn't bring back Trey Hendrickson. I think everybody immediately was like, oh, Marcus Davenport. But if they're going up and getting Peyton Turner here at 28, which he totally deserves because he is a first-round talent, then I'll tell you. I think that this is telling. Cameron Jordan's great. You don't have any issues with Cameron Jordan. But if they're admitting defeat with Marcus Davenport with this pick, I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm losing my mind. I don't know anything anymore.
What?
Okay.
He didn't get picked?
Who? No, he did.
Oh.
Sorry. No, that was real. I'm just talking about the Packers.
You know who I think the Rams are going to get? I think he's going to fall in their lap, and I think they're going to pick him at 57 right now. I think it's going to be Gregory Rousseau out of Miami.
To Packers?
No, I think the way everything's looking, I think the Rams are going to get him at 57. I think he's going to fall because he didn't play in 2020. He's a former defensive back, wide receiver, switched to pass rusher. And he was an edge defender, but he was also placed at the zero technique for whatever reason at Miami in 2019. He had the best pass rusher season of anybody in college except for Chase Young in 2019. 2020, he opts out due to COVID. He goes from being a projected top 5 pick to no one talking about him. And now all of a sudden he's falling into the second round. 6'7", 260. I mean, he played 1 year essentially starting, and he was the second best pass rusher behind Chase Young.
Yeah.
I think that's the guy they go with, and I think he's gonna fall in the lap. This sucks.
At
though.
what pick?
What
pick?
57.
57.
I think it's gonna be Gregory Rousseau
My
for the Rams.
He's my second-rated edge defender.
I'm telling you right now, it's gonna happen. I think he's gonna fall. I don't know why, but I think they don't like that he's really inexperienced. Apparently, they're throwing away his 2019 tape, and they don't like that he didn't play this year. The Rams have already said they don't care, so I think Rousseau's the pick. I think he ends up being the guy at 57.
All right.
All right, you gotta stand by that.
I'm gonna stand by it. I would pick Melifonwu, but I don't know if he'll be there.
I feel like he will be.
I think he will be. I think he's like a third round.
Oh, he's trending. He's my.
Oh wait,
he's
no,
my fourth
I'm thinking of the
corner.
wrong guy again. You're thinking of Syracuse corner.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, he might be.
Someone slapped me.
Well, yeah, for you guys asking why I would have Rousseau, and by the way, this pick was made pretty quickly. I wonder if it is Rondell Moore or Terrace Marshall. But anyway, for those of you that are asking me why Rousseau, I'll tell you right now, I'm not sold on Terrell Lewis. Can't stay healthy, and he was my 11th pass rusher. Rousseau was 6th just because he has very limited tape. But I think Rousseau's upside, he has a chance to be the best pass rusher in this draft when it's all said and done. I mean, the fact he was a wide receiver and defensive back in high school, played one season as a starter, and had the most productive season besides Chase Young, and then didn't play in 2020.
Word.
Now,
Morgan Johnson says I look like a combo of pissed off and tired. I'm just exhausted. Yeah, so just wanted to.
I feel that because I'm exhausted.
yeah, I think we're both pretty tired.
But when I'm
We're all
exhausted,
three
I
of us.
definitely look pissed off. That's true. That's a fact. So.
Well, keep in mind, I've been on live before with
Dude,
me fading.
You're a tank on live streams. I tune into live streams you're on for like 3 hours and you're like firing on all cylinders. I'm like, what the heck, bro?
Thank you, but I always feel like towards the end I'm like,
Oh my God. The Packers took Eric Stokes.
No way.
that's horrible.
Aaron Rodgers, I'm so
See
sorry.
what I'm telling you? Melifonwu was gone. There's no way he's gonna make it to 57. The way corners are going.
Listen, Stokes is a great pick. I had him going at the next pick to Buffalo. But man, they are like just slapping Aaron Rodgers in the face.
I know. After
He's got to be gone.
After all the drama today, like, come on, hook your boy up. What's wrong with you?
What's up, Vicksburg? We're doing well. We're hanging in here.
Send tweet.
I'm Jason Tyra says I'm sexy. Nice to meet you. Exhausted.
Jake has something
What?
in the water.
Yeah, you probably do have some stuff in the water.
Nah, it's just Poland Spring.
Sure.
I had to look at it.
That's what they all
I was
say.
like, it's just Poland Spring. Holds up a Dasani bottle like an idiot.
This gift of Aaron Rodgers. This,
Oh, that's perfect.
that's perfect.
I spent literally 3 hours on this thing without choking on water. I just did it.
Good.
Had to meet my quota. I do it every time. Every live stream, people can.
Those
That's
cheeseheads don't even look happy. And
I want to text my cousin who's
They'll
a
take
Packers
anything.
fan and see what he's feeling.
Here's the thing: they brought back Kevin King for some reason. Stokes next to Jair Alexander is actually pretty nice. Stokes very very fast corner. So you're looking in a division with guys like Thielen and Jefferson. You have Allen Robinson. You have Darnell Mooney. And then of course you look at the speed that the Lions added. between guys like Tyrell Williams and let's face Perriman.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Well, I'm trying to look at who's left. I mean, for Buffalo, someone, I could see Christian Barmore.
Buffalo's going to go Jason Owe. Or Azeez Ojulari.
You think they're going edge?
Well, here's the thing. Buffalo, when Brandon Beane in his press conference, when he came out and said that we're looking more long-term than short-term with his draft pick, that told me they envision themselves obviously in the hunt for a Super Bowl right now, but they want to draft a guy to replace, one of their pass rushers. And if you're looking long-term, Jason Owe, to me, is not close to a finished product. Very raw pass rusher, but has insane measurables, almost entirely very similar to Parsons. So this is a guy who's very athletic.
Yeah.
And, I think that's probably the direction that they would go in.
Okay, but he literally did nothing.
I know.
This season.
He had 0
How
sacks.
can you justify drafting a first-round pick who did nothing?
Well, when you look at upside, and you're
I don't
Buffalo
care.
here, but you're Buffalo here and you're thinking long term, that's probably where you'd go. Or you'd go with a redshirt sophomore in Azeez Ojulari, who has the explosiveness off
I would
the
go
edge.
with that. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I think they're going to go with one of those guys, but JOK is still there, so maybe they'd go with him because he shouldn't be there.
I mean, I can't fathom him falling out of the first round.
Who? Which one?
JOK.
Oh.
I mean, it makes
Very likely.
it's a fit for Buffalo.
Thank you, Ernesto. I appreciate you. I am the Energizer Bunny. It's really weird. I get the second win, and then I'm like, good.
Yeah, you're not human, probably. No.
This is what it is.
Elon Musk probably made you in a lab somewhere.
I just am
Elon
annoyed with
Musk
myself because
Can rule the world, and I'd be okay with it.
I'm such a germaphobe that I have to shower when I get back to the hotel.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
you were
on a
plane
plane?
for how
Yeah.
long?
No way.
Exactly.
You had to wear a mask for how long?
I wore a mask for 6 hours today,
yeah,
consecutively.
yeah. That's the face that I made when you told me that. Why do people post stuff like that?
I love it.
It's so funny.
that was
Twitter literally is a mixed bag of everything.
that was Ashton Kutcher.
Was it really?
Yeah, because he's a Bears fan, so he's posting that.
Oh, nice. I'm still bummed we didn't run into him. I thought for sure we would.
In LA?
Yeah. I mean, we ran into Topher Grace and met Chris D'Elia, so.
I know, we almost got the whole 70 shows, that 70 show cast. Almost. We had got down one, we just needed the 5 others.
There you go.
Um,
We gotta go back to the improv. That's what we gotta do.
I know, when we get out there.
Yeah.
I feel like if I don't keep moving my legs, I will fall asleep.
Same measurables, but not a lot of stats. Game sounds like a lot like Greg Robinson. Would like more game tape from Owe. Yeah, I mean, Jason Owe is a project to me.
Right, and to me, you don't draft a guy who did literally nothing in the first round.
I don't have him as a first round talent. I'm
You
just telling you
said
that.
he would go.
I'm telling you that's who they would pick.
I'm gonna throw this chair out the window.
Why? Can you not? I don't want to have to get a new window.
Bills are, well, they should take JOK. And I'll be sad if no one does. But
$5
also
they
remember,
Asante and
Okay.
Creed, who is more likely to be there at
$5.
57.
All right.
In the nine impossible, in the near
$5.
impossible
Let's see,
event,
$5
they
for
are
a
both
chair.
there. What do the Rams do? Trade down a little, see which one stays. If not, edge. Jake. I think they go Gregory Rousseau. I'm pretty sold on it because I think he's gonna fall. I think these teams are. I think he's gonna fall.
I don't think he's going to fall that
Yeah,
far.
me neither.
I think he is.
My cousin, who's a Packers fan, is just distraught.
I mean, Stokes is a good player.
It's not so much about Stokes.
I
It's
don't know why
about.
Packers fans think they're getting a receiver every year. It's like they don't.
I think
they
they
don't
just
draft
want.
receivers.
They want Rodgers to stay.
He's not staying. He's tired of throwing Alan Lazard and Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Okay.
Hey, those are great. No, they're
Valdez Scantling. Hey,
Come on, finish that.
MVS is a treasure.
Oh God.
He is an absolute treasure. How dare you?
Honestly,
Oh,
though,
man.
like, Rodgers will just go do Jeopardy. He's fine, bro. Like, he'll just be like, I'm out. He doesn't care.
I really want Asante Samuel to fall, but he probably won't. I wouldn't say that. I think Asante Samuel could fall. But I think the thing is, the corner position has already been pretty poached, I would say. Because right now, the best available on my board would be Melifonwu. And then, honestly, you have Samuel, and then a Debo. What are your thoughts on him, by the way? Paulson and Debo from Stanford?
I have him ranked as, I think, my 8th overall. I like
think that's
him.
exactly where I have him.
Bill's pick is in. Refresh Twitter.
I'd be annoyed if the Rams just drafted all Stanford players, just saying.
You'd be annoyed.
I would be annoyed. I just want Drew Dahlman. Well, Paulson and Debo I wouldn't mind, but...
Gregory Rousseau.
Oh my god, no!
Huh. Weird.
Wow, your prediction. I also have to Venmo you $5.
No, you don't have to actually do that. It's
You
fine.
sure?
Yeah.
All right.
You made a
I don't
bet?
need your money.
Yeah, we bet $5 that this would be JOK because I'm like, why is he falling?
Oh,
This
I
doesn't
thought you
make
said
sense.
$5 that Jake's a moron and this doesn't happen.
Oh, well, I'd make that every time.
Oh, thanks, man. All right, so apparently it's not Rousseau because he's going to Buffalo. Hey, I love the pick for Buffalo. To be honest with you, Gregory Rousseau's a first-round talent. He is.
Which is why we said he wouldn't fall.
I thought, well, he shouldn't have fallen this far. My point is, if he's already fallen this far, I wouldn't be surprised if you see some rando come up and be like, well, we need Kellen Mond, or oh, we need Davis Mills. And then all of a sudden, you get the run on receivers. And now you can see how the run receivers, two quarterbacks, and then the really deep offensive tackle draft is why somebody like that could fall.
Yes. Yeah, the Buffalo defense.
I'm telling you,
Just keeps
if
getting better.
Rousseau fell out of the first round, there could have been a tumble. I'm happy for him though, because I don't know why he's being penalized. So like basically, I'm told, but he ran a 4.6 at nearly 6'7", 266 pounds. He only played 1 year as a starter, and was the second best pass rusher behind Chase Young.
Okay,
Like what's like? I mean,
No,
you had
I-
him at number 2.
I had him as
you
my
had him
2.
higher than I did.
but here's the thing.
But I just don't get it.
Baltimore's up again. They
I
could
know.
take JOK again. He's still there.
I would absolutely trade down.
If you're Baltimore,
Someone take him. God, I'm so mad.
He's the best linebacker in the draft. I don't care what anyone says.
I have him as 2, a close 2.
I was surprised when I saw that. I was like, "Wow, the Notre Dame fan even."
I know. I just thought Parsons was a little.
Sorry, Jason. I didn't know I got your hopes up. I'm really sorry. Well, Melifonwu's still there. I'd be doing backflips for Melifonwu.
Someone tweeted me that they hope the Broncos trade up for JOK.
It's like, remember when like everybody had the Broncos getting Ryan Shazier,
yeah.
and then they're like,
Nope.
Steelers were like,
Yeah.
nope.
I didn't even know who he was when they drafted him.
I liked him, dude.
I was like,
Wow, linebacker ran that?
well, yeah, 4.38. Still remember it to this day. Bald head running around.
day.
The Ravens got to take. I feel like I've said JOK like every time
have.
someone comes up. I'm like,
Literally.
they've got to take JOK.
I don't think it's happening.
Oh no, he's not the DK Metcalf of this draft, is he?
I just imagine him falling in the second round. Like that is just so insane.
2 years ago, on this very night. I don't know if
Okay.
it's this very night, but
Yeah,
you and I.
Tavon Coney.
No, you and I literally were like, I don't know
yeah.
how you don't take. I don't know how you don't take DK Metcalf here.
We were really livid about Metcalf, but also to be fair,
And then the Patriots took N'Keal Harry over him, and we were like,
yeah, I couldn't believe that.
I was just totally. Done
But we were also really high on Tavon Coney. But JOK is a lot better than Tavon Coney was.
yeah, I mean,
JOK
he's the
is
best
not-
linebacker in this draft.
Tavon
was
Coney-
a late top 10 linebacker. I think I had.
I just cannot believe this is happening.
I remember being super high on Tigre Scales, and then he went undrafted, and I was blown away. Yeah, I was a Steeler.
Is he still?
Don't give me that.
I don't think he is. I'm sorry, man.
Oh, no.
So we've got Baltimore and then Tampa, and I think Tampa might trade out.
I'm terrified right now.
If Tampa got
Terrified of
JOK,
what?
He's still a Steeler. Let's go.
Dang it. I mean, yeah, that's good.
That's my guy.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Wait, what were you saying?
I said, what if JOK went to Tampa?
That wouldn't make any sense.
It wouldn't.
But I mean,
Yeah.
don't you just draft him anyway because he's the best player available in your Tampa?
I know,
I
right?
just think
Imagine having that much power.
I know.
That's like being Thanos.
Yeah, who do they? I mean,
I
they
think
could
they're
pick
going to
any-
trade out.
They've already won the Super Bowl. They're the best team in the league right now. They have the best team on paper. They brought everybody back. You have Azeez Ojulari. That would not be a bad pick.
That's who I have them taking. But who's still there? I mean, Terrence Marshall.
Before they brought back Antonio Brown, I had them getting Elijah Moore.
Mm.
Well, let's try and figure out. All right. Well, the Bucs really should trade down because there's no point. You're just doing it for the fifth-year option at that point, 32. When you look at their defense, Whitehead and Winfield, Mike Edwards,
Wait, has Trayvon gone yet?
who?
Trayvon?
Merrick.
Merrick.
I told
Merrick.
you, and now you're.
Yeah, I learn, I adapt.
Guys,
Merrick.
the Patriots took Mac Jones. I just still cannot get over that. I mean, not like in a bad way, but just crazy. Also, Baltimore's pick is not in. I would have seen it.
Okay.
I've been refreshing like every 5 seconds.
Why does he have outlines around him?
He doesn't?
Is he like photoshopped in there?
It's the way that the light is
I
hitting.
know. I'm totally like just making conversation because it's getting
2
to the
picks
end here.
left. Can we just blow through these?
No, that's not how it works.
Like, Baltimore's about to let the clock run all the way down.
Yeah, Rams fans are just like, Jake, stop, because every player that you've named is not going to go to the Rams because they're going to get picked because you said their name.
Who's the guy going now? Who's your guy?
I'm not saying.
Melfon.
Take it back.
Melifonwu.
Take it back.
No.
Hey, is Steven Nelson still around? Is he a free agent?
Fuck you. No, he's. Oh, what happened to? Oh, you know, I think he is a free agent.
Like, no, that was a serious question. I
No,
understand how that could have been like total jab.
no,
but,
I think he is a free agent right
like,
now.
oh yeah, you want to play? Like, yeah, Steven Nelson. You ever heard of him? Like,
He is a free agent. So.
It is a little sad that Packers Twitter is in shambles right now.
yeah.
Because Eric Stokes really is a good player, but it's not so much about him. It's just the position.
Yeah. Kevin King, why did they bring him back? The world may never know.
Wait, who is it?
Baltimore's picking
Yeah, did they pick?
Jason Owa.
Good for them. That makes me happy.
Ojulari would have been scary.
I would have gone him for sure.
That's who I would have gone.
And
I mean,
he fits.
I have him
mean,
going to Tampa.
Well, okay, I kind of see it. You have Tyus Bowser. They've already kind of gone that route with like the project before, so it fits what they've done. They have Malik Harrison, Patrick Queen, Pernell McPhee, Jalen Ferguson. I mean, McPhee's only gonna be there like one more year. Maybe they're looking at Owe as like long term. I don't know. I can't get behind Owe as like this top notch guy. Like when I said he was going to Buffalo because like I really thought that's what they were going with. I don't really love him.
Here's the thing. I'm looking at tomorrow because I'm stuck on JOK because I can't believe this. He could go to the Jets.
That would be so depressing.
Why? You think it'd be bad?
I don't want Blake Cashman to lose his job.
Well, okay, he could go. I mean, he could go early. Someone asked, They said, actually, no, it's not sad that Packers Twitter is in shambles. As a Rams fan, it's kind of cool.
Renee, get on Twitter.
Yeah, get on. I just think it's a little. I'm bummed for Aaron Rodgers. That's it. That's really. Well, the Bucks, if they, I doubt that they take JOK.
Asante Samuel? I swear to God.
Someone's saying that
They should, or to be
they
cool
should
or
take
something.
Asante Samuel here, so that way Brady could play with father and son.
Oh, that would be ridiculous. That's how you know you're too old. I played with his father and I played with the son. Like, that's radical. All right, pick is in, and it's Oway. Who is Tampa going with?
I think they trade out, or they. I mean, who are their offensive tackles? I mean, do they go?
I feel like Dallas is going to trade back in and get Merrick.
Someone trade for JOK. My God, what do I have to do?
What would you do with the Rams traded for JOK at 32?
I would
They
be
wouldn't
ecstatic.
picking, like the rest of the draft. But you know what's interesting, and I don't expect them to actually do it. But what's interesting to me is with the Rams, they basically said that they feel good about their roster going in. This is all depth. They don't feel like they have holes. They even feel
No.
good about center.
I don't agree with that.
I don't necessarily agree either, but I still find it interesting.
I can't believe they drafted a guy who didn't even have a sack.
Freaky tester, disruptive.
Leonard Floyd.
But he's way faster than Floyd. Didn't Floyd run a 4.8?
Floyd wasn't that fast, yeah.
Like, it's weird. Everyone talks about his athleticism. Floyd did not test well at all.
Is it just me, or does he look a little stiff around the edge?
He's definitely stiff. He's just, This is okay. That's a pretty nice bull rush though. But then he gets stoned by that guy.
Refreshing my Twitter
Look at
every
that.
5 seconds.
Jeez.
Joe Tryon to Tampa.
I had him going to the Bucks in the second round.
Wait, he ran a 4.3?
Yeah, that's why he got drafted.
That's crazy.
That's why we'd be focused so much on 40 time, but like for that position, it's
That's
so
cool.
it's
That's
cool,
pretty cool.
but it's like meaningless at the same time.
Yeah, because they're like in a 10-yard.
Yeah, it's all about short area explosiveness.
Thank you, Bucks, for not dragging it out.
I don't know how to spell it, so I'm just gonna say.
So Tryon, okay, good. I mean, Tryon fits the bill of like a 3-4 outside linebacker. They run a 4-3 though, don't they? No, they run a 3-4 because they're.
Yeah, they have Shaq.
I was totally forgetting. Yeah, because they have Bowles, duh. So yeah, they run a 3-4. So Tryon will fit right in there. He'll eventually take over if he's gonna fit in for. I mean, Jason Pierre-Paul and Ndamukong Suh. Ndamukong Suh is probably on his like last year, like, so
There's so many guys that fell out of the first round.
Yeah. Let's actually go through the best available if we have it here.
Or we could not.